When they did that, they proved that they was really just little niggas. Just little niggas that want to be heard. I used to be a little nigga. I know where they at. I know they can't touch me. That's why I can destroy them so fast.
Now I don't want trouble, nigga, I don't want trouble. But since I seen you last, what I had probably double. Fighting for attention, that's a real short scuffle. Taking pictures with the money, that's a real cute couple. Yeah, lights, Camara, Porsche Panamera, Louis Vuitton bag full of new eras. Hat low, field view, do it like I still do. This is how you supposed to feel when nobody can feel you. See a sucker suit, I'm a model in my street clothes. Cool as my ego, sipping mojitos. Young Michael in a room full of Tito's. No foul play here, who needs a free throw? No need for 'em, they indeed know 'em. Need belief, then you should check the news feed for 'em. 10 speeds to them triple black Bentleys. Entrepreneurship, I'm thinking like a Winfrey. Black Audi turbo on them Chris Brown deuces. Man, could you please stop with your excuses? Stunting is a habit, don't lose us. Man, could you please stop with your excuses?
When they did that, they proved that they was really just little niggas. Just little niggas that want to be heard. I used to be a little nigga. I know where they at. I know they can't touch me. That's why I can destroy them so fast.
About that time, we are less than 24 hours away from the NFL draft, and man, I could not be more excited. Give yourselves a hand tonight. Shout out to the faithful. I already see some of y'all in the chat. The OCs, we getting right to it. Some of my faithful members. I see SC Panther Boy 803. I see Dana Lowe in the chat. I see Isaac in the chat. Somebody in the chat said, I don't like mock drafts. I can't wait till tomorrow. I get it, man. I get it. That's why we getting ready to look at one of the most trash mock drafts that there is, on the platform. And I got somebody with me. Oh, am I muted? Somebody said, Mike. Can y'all hear me? Cool. Let me know. One in the chat. If you can hear me, hit a one in the chat. It looks like on my end, I'm not muted, but I know sometimes you know how I get. I get on here and be all excited, man, and then be talking, and then y'all be in the chat like, what you said? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You know how I do. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here with me on this evening, draft eve, man. Look, give yourselves a hand. We made it. We did it. We are here. So y'all know that I don't do these live. Okay, y'all can hear me. Cool. I don't do these lives outside of Mint Street Monday, shameless plug, too often. But when I do, I usually always got my dog with me, man. Look, this guy is killing the YouTube Panther Nation game right now, man. One of the smartest minds in this space and friend of the show. Y'all give it up for my man, the Real Ball Watcher. What's good with you, brother?
What's going on, man? Y'all know what it is.
Yes, indeed.
Happy to be back. But what is this, the fourth or fifth time?
This is...
it's one
let's
of
see.
two. Yeah. I think it's the fourth or fifth.
I think this might be the fourth or fifth time. The last one we did rang off, and that was the one we did for free agency, and that was fly.
Yeah,
so
that one was the one. I ain't gonna lie. We
one.
was on there for like 9 days. I ain't gonna lie.
For real.
Let the clip go.
For real. So I can tell you right now, this one ain't gonna be that long. This one gonna be a little bit quicker, man, because I'm tired. I am tired, and I'm gearing up tomorrow. So I will be. Be live tomorrow.
Matter of fact, not tomorrow. The weekend.
Yeah, the whole weekend. Yeah, you're right. I'll be live tomorrow. I will also so we're gonna do something a little old school. I haven't done this in quite some time. So I know you had mentioned potentially coming back on Friday yourself, which I will drop for the second and third rounds on Friday. But I am going to go to more of a model where it's just like I'm dropping the link and any and everybody can come up and say what's up. You know what I'm saying? And say your piece and stay for as long as you want. Like I used to do my shows like that, and then I wanted to kind of, shift to something different. But I just like my man Steve-O was saying about tonight, he like, man, I wish I could tap in and talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, tomorrow you're going to get your chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's fire. I like that. I know some people that have been that want to come up on the stream and talk about other teams. So I feel like this is the perfect time.
100%.
The draft. So,
hey, yeah,
for sure, I'm with that.
I like it. So what's good, man? Let me ask you a question. It's been some crazy mocks out here, man. I saw one today from Peter Schrager where he had us trading down to pick 28 and taking KC Concepcion. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of thought that was a bit crazy. Just your initial thoughts on that and some of the crazy mocks that you've seen out here so far.
I feel like my overall gist is we got to remember nobody knows what the Panthers are doing.
Exactly.
Like, take it back to last year. We're not one of these teams that the national media pays attention to. You can look at all the Jalen Walker stuff last year. Even up to the day of the draft, it was nothing but Jalen Walker.
Absolutely.
Nobody was saying Tedero and McMillan, except for like a small creators here and there. Nobody was talking that much about him. And turns out it was if the reports are true, it turns out it was T-Mac, Walter Nolan, Mason Grant. Jalen Walker was 4th or 5th somewhere down the line.
Which
so
is crazy.
That's all I think of when I see these. Like I see people tweeting, "Oh, this person said that we're looking to move up for O-line, and this person said the same thing, and this said the same thing. This person said we going to Omar Cooper." That they don't know.
Right.
If they not in Charlotte, they probably or in the Carolinas. I'll say that they probably don't know. That's all I keep thinking when I see these mocks. They don't know. That's it.
Facts. And let me say this too, because we talked about this a little bit backstage for all you experts out there. Just like what you said, you don't know. Facts. So the whole reason we do this to begin with is because we don't know. We literally just throwing spaghetti at the wall and whatever sticks, it sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
One thing that you can say this. One thing you can say is that you can see certain hints, certain patterns, you know what I'm saying, things like that kind of give an idea of what they could do, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll give you an example about something, and we'll deep dive into this a little bit further, but I'm going to go ahead and blow the top off because we talked about this on Monday. So last week, I came out, and my first mock draft was, the first mock draft that I dropped was a 4-round mock, which honestly I feel like might be kind of trash. So this was my... This was my original 4-round mock. This was Dylan Thieneman at pick 1, Jacob Rodriguez at pick 2, Sam Hecht at pick 3, and then Dalen Everett, who has completely fell out of the screen here, at pick 4. Yeah. And so, obviously I didn't go to full 7-round. Now, we are going to run an actual 7-round mock. I am using PFF. I do pay for PFF. I don't like ads, so PFSN is a cool thing to do, but I used it Monday, man, and I'm talking about my computer was in here doing backflips, bro. Like that, I couldn't do nothing because of all the flash and the ads and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, come on, man, this is crazy. So like from this, I'm using the paid stuff from this point forward. That said, last week, I came out and was like, yo, you know what? I'm taking J-Rod at 19, right? And then you were on the show this past Monday when I put on the mustache and people were kind of, going crazy about that. I saw that clip. As a matter of fact, my boy Brad hit me and was like, dog, they got your picture on Carolina Huddle, some I guess big Facebook group page, whatever like that. And people was dying laughing. And whether they're laughing at me or laughing about it, either one, I don't care. I don't take myself too serious, right?
It is what it is. We creators.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I don't get about some of the commentary, because I've seen the commentary that surrounds, me, and because it's not just me. Like, I noticed that there was a lot of people who were on board with this and was just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dog. I've been saying the same thing. And I'm like, well, then state your claim. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be scared. Like, what are we hiding for? To be wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll be wrong. I don't care. Because it's really not that serious to me. But boy, if I'm right, Lord have mercy. Don't let me be right. Don't let me be right, because I promise you, if I'm right, it's a few of y'all names gonna get called out. You heard me? Like, for real. Oh yeah.
He can't wait.
It's a few of you. I'm gonna say, like, look, I might just damage my political connects. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a few of y'all's names that's gonna get dropped. But that said, even if it's not the case, here's where I'm gonna make my case. So first, before I do that, I want to ask you this: those 4 picks right there. Tell me how trash my mock is, dog.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You gassed it. I was like some of the worst mocks I've ever seen. You gassed it. It's one pick that I'm not a fan of. It's one pick of this. I love the enemy. People gonna say it's my Oregon bias. I see people talking about that on Twitter right now. With I made a Sadiq post that I didn't even feel like was that positive. It was like, that's your Oregon bias because you're a fan. I love Thieneman. That's the best true deep safety I've ever scouted. I only been now. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm only 25. I ain't been scouting for 36 years or nothing like that. I only been doing it for, I want to say 4, 5 maybe. But true deep safety is him. So I'm all with that pick. I think that's like throwing a Derwin, maybe not a Derwin James, like a Jesse Bates level player into our secondary. And I think we already got one of the best corner duos in the league. So adding that, I'm cool. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
We don't even got to talk about J-Rod. We done did that for months on end. Sam Heck is, I want to say where he at. I got my big board, my fake big board. I didn't put it in order yet. But Sam Heck on my interior offensive lineman rankings is third.
Oh, okay.
Not just of all interior offensive linemen. He's third with a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 grade, which I tried to do by the NFL standards so people can see. And I want to say that's a good starter within a year or two is how they had it listed on NFL.com. So I'm cool with it. Now the 4th pick, that's where he lost me a little bit. That's where he lost me a little bit. You know?
Trash. Let's go.
Don't lie. You lost me. Here's my beef with this mock and a lot of other mocks. We poured so much into the defense. I don't like the neglect of the offensive weapons.
Okay.
I like adding to the trenches, but dog, we gotta remember we won T-Mac injury away from XL being wide receiver 1 or 2, or Jalen Coker being wide receiver. We gotta remember that. I know you love Jimmy Horn.
Yeah.
I know you love him.
Yeah.
But hey, we won injury away. I'm just saying that's something. That's my only beef. That's my only beef. Though. It ain't that bad. You tried to gas it. I ain't gonna lie. It's like a B minus for sure.
Okay.
You gassed it.
Word. So let me ask you this, man. All right. So you got John Mechie, Jimmy Horn, David Moore, Jalen Coker. Some people, those like my boy Brad, for example, like Brad is kind of conceited because of all the talk that Dan Morgan did about like, hey, you know, who says it's against the rules to draft a wide receiver 3 years in a row? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion, smokescreen, but that's just me, right?
Okay.
That said, like, it can be justified. While Chicago didn't draft 3 receivers in a row, Chicago did take Romeo Adunes, turn around and take Luther Burton. That's after bringing in DJ Moore and draft Holston Loveland, right? So
who's basically a quasi receiver.
Yes. So just kept adding to the room, right? Now I'm gonna throw a quote out to you. Shout out to my man Mike K from the Charlotte Observer. I'm gonna throw out this quote to you. Mike K said, and I quote, that because for the Sadiq people, right? Like me personally, and you can tell me I'm trash about this. I'm not big on Sadiq for the Carolina Panthers. I think Sadiq is going to be a very good player. I just think personally we don't feature the tight end the same way some other teams would. And you can argue maybe it's because we don't have a tight end like him or a Warren or anybody like that, right? But I will say this. So, we had no access last year to anything going on at camp. And one thing I love is seeing the people who are faithful going, sending out clips and stuff like that of things that they're seeing and giving, their perspective or whatever, just from a novice journalistic point. I love seeing that, right? And I know the team, like one of my partners from another pod, man, he had a drone, over top of the joint. And I'm like, man, they were talking about him on Pat McAfee. I'm like, no, it was crazy. But the thing is, though, is that there was a lot of valuable information that would come out, from those, videos and clips and stuff we would see. So we got none of that. Mike K came out and said on his pod, Processing Blue, he said that JT Sanders was the best offensive player in camp, and it wasn't particularly close. What do you do with that information?
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see that clip. I did not see that. I mean that quote. I believe it. Here's the thing, man. With JT, I'm gonna address 2 things that you said.
Okay.
First off, with JT, I was a fan of JT. I thought 4th round is where we got him, first pick in the 4th round. I thought that was absolute steal. I liked his ability to be a deep threat, not because of his speed, but because of his contested catch ability,
Mm-hmm.
they used to call him man hands in high school because his hands were so big. If you go look at his high school highlights, it's literally just him plucking the ball with one hand the entire time. It's like 9 of them in a row. That's all he did. He didn't jump or nothing. He just stood there and grabbed the ball. Well, you can't even see it on the camera. Stood there, grabbed the ball with one hand, right over guy's face. So I like that. But it seems like ever since that neck injury, I don't know if it's timidness because he doesn't want to get hurt again, because that was a scary injury.
Yeah.
Or
you talking about the one against Kansas City?
Was that his rookie year? Whatever game that was. Yeah. That one. Ever since then, whenever he gets to those, I call it high leverage moments where it's either late in the game, that's for somebody like Xavier Legette, or in a contested catch scenario, or you're gonna take a big hit, or you gotta have it. It seems like he shrinks a little bit. He's not playing as physical as he did his rookie year. So I do believe in camp with no shoulder pads, just shells, losing weight, looking more fluid. I do think he was cooking, because I do think he's a talented player.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to think, okay, well, maybe is he just shell shocked from that injury? Because you get an injury like that, and some people ain't walking in. We see Ryan Shazier.
Yeah.
It's cooked for something. So that leaves a little thing. So that makes me wonder, like, okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. And then two, for the Sadiq thing. I love that criticism. I hate the criticism of, oh, we don't know if he can block. I feel like you're not watching. I hate the criticism of yards, because Oregon just had too many people to throw to. But the two criticisms I love, specifically for the Panthers or overall, one, his drop rate. I talked about that earlier on Twitter. He had an 11% drop rate. Tight ends, you want him to have sure hands. 11% drop rate ain't sure hands. So that is a valid criticism. Two is what you said and what I covered in my breakdown. You got to have a creative offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want a conservative, boring, run-of-the-mill, stick him in line, make him run regular tight end routes. That's not him. And that's the point that you made, kind of, with the we don't feature the tight end enough. Now, I think I think it is valid to say you do feature the tight end more if they're more talented. But the way that we feature the tight end, we almost got to take XL's role out of the offense, or at least cut it in half and give half of it to Sadiq, and then let him get half tight end reps. If you have OC that'll do that, it'll be worth it.
Right.
If you don't, if you got an OC that just want to stick him at tight end, he going to be like a Chig Okonkwo, like a Jonnu Smith. Like, he'll have flash years, but it's not going to be consistent enough. So that's my two responses to that whole little bit that we just had.
That's fascinating. And especially when you talk about, so let me ask you this just to build on what you just said. What's your, because I kind of watched some of your, just based on the draft and the potential that we could go offensive weapon at 19, what's your feelings about what Brad Izzett can bring to the table if they did choose to go that way?
Okay. This is where, not to keep bringing it back to Sadiq, because I swear this ain't a Sadiq video, y'all. I swear that, y'all.
Yeah, go on.
The combination of Brad Izzett, but also Darrell Bevel being added. Because I don't think he was the passing game coordinator is what they added to Mavericks or something like that. And they talked about
assistant,
yeah, something along those lines. But I remember Dave saying at the combine, he's going to have a big hand in our offense. And not only who we take or whatever, who we use, but the crafting of the playbook. You go look at Jonnu Smith. I just talked about how he has those flash years. I'm going to look it up right now. You go look at Jonnu Smith when he was on the Dolphins with Darrell Bevel. I want to say, and that's a guy that I think matches up very well with Sadiq. When he was on the Dolphins, I want to say he had close to 1,000 yards. Yeah, 884 yards and 8 touchdowns. The years before he got there with Bevel, ATL, 500 yards. Year before that, 245, 294, 448, 439. So he was never, and mind you, he played 8 years or 9 years before he got to Miami with Bevel. He was never above 500, really above 300-yard guy. Gets with Bevel, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Ain't done it since.
Interesting.
So adding him and his crafting ability with that tight end position or being creative, plus the aggressiveness of Idzik, which he showed in the preseason, I think it goes a long way for where this offense will be. Everybody knows I was, cooking conservative Canales. Shout out to him. His reign is over. His reign is over. And I do like, and that's the thing with the preseason, not to ramble, but when they talk about how bad the offense was, go look at those plays. Like every play was a 15, 20-yard pass.
Yep.
And we're playing the Texans starters. Like, it's not gonna look good. Like, we got Derek Stingley playing our best receiver, who's in his second actual live game action.
Yeah.
I mean, look at T-Mac's first catch, not first catch of the season, but first catch, period, in the preseason. It was a 35-yard or 30-yard go ball.
Yeah.
Like, that high aggressiveness and high leverage stuff is going to increase, and then you add the creativeness of Bevel. I think you want to add a weapon just to see how far Bryce can take us. That's my only take on it. That's my only take.
I like that. You know, I'm not against that idea. And shout out to my man Joe Clarity, friend of the show, gave us a $5 super chat. He said, shouldn't centralized play calling with Brad make the offense run smoother? And I think that you were kind of, you know, answering those questions, but you want to answer some of what Joe Clarity had to say there?
So in short, yes, but not for the reason that you think. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna say no. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say yes, because it allows the play caller to focus on calling plays. When Dave is head coach, he got to worry about time management, subs.
That's always been my argument. Yes.
What's the next down? All that. And he talked about that in his interview. Even though I think he was being a little polite, I didn't think he wanted to go out there and say, "Hey, I wasn't that good at it," or I wasn't that good at balancing all of it. Yeah, but he talked about it in a little slight way, like, "Hey, now I can focus on the entire team. Now I can focus on our clock management being better." What it read to me was, it was too much to handle. It was overwhelming. You got to remember, he was only a first-time OC before we hired him. So that was his first time calling plays, period. Now your second year, you don't even get experience of calling more plays. Now you got to be the head guy. Yeah. So it will make it run smoother, but I don't think it will be for the reasons that you think. But yeah, in short, yes. How about that? In short, yes.
Appreciate my man Joe Clarity for sending that super chat, man. Friend of the show, always around. I appreciate you very much, man. Yeah, I think like you know, when we go back and just think about his efficiency, man, and like time management, clock management, all these different kind of things, you know, they show themselves to be an issue whenever, you know, this kind of stuff comes up, like, and then the play calling suffers, you know what I'm saying? And so the situational football suffers. Like, for example, I think I'm not against like people holding their powder, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people are familiar with Jordan Belfort from the movie Wolf of Wall Street, but like I had the pleasure of being able to go to an actual Jordan Belfort before the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like sales conference or whatever. And one of the things that he would teach, you know, during the conference, like guard your powder. You know, you don't want to give everything up like right away. You want to hold something when you're in, you know, sales mode that you can use to overcome an objection. Well, the objection that was happening during the Rams game was like, you know, a defense that was, you know, continuing to blitz. So what did they start doing? They start doing this RPO where like T-Mac was in the slot and he would run this little slant with the RPO. And I'm like, where's that been at all season? You know what I'm saying? So
all
like,
season.
I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, come on, man. We should have been using this like all season. But at the same time, I do understand holding on to some of it. But boy, was it effective. You know what I'm saying? In the moments that it was. And so to me, I do feel like in a way, if you've got somebody that his central focus is calling plays and game planning, he's going to have more of those at his, you know, availability. And then you got someone that can mentor him in Bevel that can be like, hey, look, I see this. I see these tendencies. Try this. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
And then you really start getting things moving. So we could see, I mean, look, I'm excited, man. Even with the current weapons that you have, I'm excited with what you have at your disposal already. That's not even considering adding someone like a Omar or Concepcion or whoever else, you know, you decide to bring in from a slot perspective, somebody that can operate there. Because one thing I will say, I do like about Casey Concepcion, 92% in the slot at NC State, that's kind of what you're missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, Jalen can become your true Z, and you got, you know, your slot guy that can eat, right? And you can kind of rotate him in and out with other pieces that you got on the team. And not for nothing, move other guys in and around that spot as well. But I am excited to see, like, if they were to field a team right now without even going through the draft, I still think that they could do some really cool things with what they currently have with the change.
For sure. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm just too, no, I ain't gonna say that. I'm optimistic. Like, just because what I've seen on tape, and like you said, what you said with that Rams game where, okay, they're blitzing. All right, let's move T-Mac around. Matter of fact, I want to say it was Mike K talked to T-Mac about that, and he was saying how I forgot what it was, the Atlanta game when Bryce put up 400, and that was the first game that they really moved T-Mac around and moved him into the slot.
Sure
and they
did,
talked
yeah.
about that after the game. They were like, yeah, it's giving him easier looks. So he doesn't have to be Steve Smith talked about it too. He doesn't have to be the guy isolated to the outside, seeing the double coverage, them rolling safeties down, them putting the safety clouding it over top. It's giving him easier looks.
Yeah.
And then it disappears.
Yeah.
Like you don't see it again until that Rams game in the playoffs damn near. So that's the thing. And also to add to that, I think, like you said, with the guy who's more centralized and focused on only play calling, he's going to be able to utilize that more because he's not worried about other things. But also, thinking about Dave, the defense, the pass rush, if they're getting gashed like they were in that Rams game in the playoffs, even though it was a playoff, so he was a lot more aggressive, but it was other games like the Saints games. You're like, hey, my defense isn't playing as well right now. We can't get pressure, especially against the Saints. We could not get pressure and get off the field on third down. I'm going to play it safe on offense. I don't want to give them a short field. I don't want to get the defense back on the field too fast by calling these high leverage plays. That plays into your psyche as a head coach. As an OC, I've never been an OC, but I assume as an OC, when you only focus on my side of the ball, that's the DC job to figure that out.
100%.
My job is to put points on the board, not be, let's play field position. That's what head coaches do. The OCs put points up. So I think that'll be the difference. Instead of being a head coach coaching and you're worried about both sides, you're going to have a guy that wants to put up points. Simple as that.
Straight up. My man Steve Oben in the chat going crazy about XL, man. We're not going to do this. Look, we did this last time. We bombed on XL last time. I'm not doing this tonight. I'm not doing this with y'all tonight. I will say this. I'm going to say this one thing, though, and I'm going to get this off, and then I'm going to leave it alone. I have kind of changed my position on XL a little bit. And I know this is not going to be to, Steve ain't going to like this, but I'm just going to keep it a buck, man. So there's a new content creator who has hit the Carolina Panther streets. Shout out to, I think, Trey Evaluations is the name.
Yeah, shout out Trey. That's my guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out Trey.
And so I watched the video that Trey did on Xavier Legette, and I'm going to tell you, man, he kind of changed my mind just a little bit. Like I said, when I get new information and something that I'm not one of those people that just get stuck on a point. Like I think, like with Bryce, for example, there are people who you're never gonna convince. Like Bryce could win a Super Bowl for us, and they're still gonna see Bryce rookie season Bryce. They're still gonna see Bryce that got benched. That's why on this channel I made a declaration a while ago. I'm not arguing with y'all. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Like we done said our piece. We done said what we said. Ain't no more arguing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like. Hey, go touch grass or something because it's going to be painful for you for a few years, especially after the option is signed and then they sign that big deal after this year. It's going to be hurtful. So, you might as well just, sink in. That said, I'm willing to change, you know what I'm saying, my position when I get new information. He brought up some points about XL and I'm like, you know what? I could see where XL could possibly turn the corner with some confidence. You know what I'm saying? And I think situationally, you still could get some really good reps out of XL this year. It might not be, he might not ever live up to what his draft status was, but I still think that he can provide some value on the team. Now, would I be sad if they do what Steve-O said and trade him draft night if they decide to go get somebody else? I'm not saying I would be sad about it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, I want to see the kid succeed because he's got, man, his we talked about his release off the line of scrimmage, man. He's so explosive, man. And I just think that he's got a good career ahead of him, man. Maybe I don't know if it's a great one, but I think he's got a good career ahead of him. I'm not getting stuck on it. That's all I'm saying about it. And if this super chat says something about it, I'm gonna read that. I'll let you give your piece and then we off it.
And after the super chat, I want to talk about something else Steve-O said. I think it was a good point.
Okay.
But I'll leave it at this. He's never going to be worth the first round pick or even the top of the second. Matter of fact, he'll never be worth it because of who he is taken in front of. He'll never be Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
Comping out, that was my wide receiver 4. I love Ladd. So I was banging the table, pissed on stream when we didn't take him. So it is what it is. But if you can get him to be Ted Ginn, that's it. Just be Ted Ginn for us.
Yeah.
You can drop the ball, have all the drops you want, but you got to make up for it with explosives. If we can just get him to be that, I'm happy. And like we just said with I'm about to say Bevel, with the Idzik situation, a lot of high leverage plays.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair to conservative Canales, he don't call those plays, and I don't think XL is used, or he's not being being put in a position to succeed.
Right.
Like I remember going to the Panther Nation podcast live show, the year we drafted XL, and it was during training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been after FanFest or something like that. And Sheena and Quick Blix and all them was there. And I asked him, I said, so y'all at camp, how do y'all feel about them using him, XL that is, as an east-west runner instead of getting north and south? And I guess they didn't pick up what I was really trying to say, because I guess I should have been more direct. But I hated that. When I was seeing them camp videos of him getting jet sweeps and end arounds and all that stuff, I'm like, that's not his game. He's not a wiggle guy.
Right.
You got to get him going straight. So the way our offense was Canales 15 yards and down damn near, that's not his game. He doesn't have enough wiggle to sink his hips, get in and out of breaks, get his feet down, all that. You need him, just let him run. Let him go and run. But I'm going to leave it at that. We ain't going to do all that today.
That's been,
like
hey,
we
look.
ain't going to do all that today. So
your argument is Brad's argument. Yeah. Brad been
shot him
telling me the same thing. He like, John, he a vertical guy, man. I'm trying to tell you. Like, they not, doing him any service by, letting him run a slant, getting blown up. I mean, to see somebody that big just get hammered by a little corner, running a slant, and the ball just bloop, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is crazy. All right,
but
shout out to my man.
Sometimes it ain't God's game. Like Devin Funches, it wasn't his game to be that physical guy. Like it is what it is, and But that we gonna leave it there.
Shout out to my dog Double O Kane, friend of the show. My man came through with the $5 super chat. He said the point about moving T-Mac around is why I'm so high on the KC. He can play in or out, and we need to be able to multiply in our looks. By the way, keep XL. I think he was kind of just reiterating a point that you were making. And then I think I had another one from Mr. Hunky Dory, another friend of the show. I appreciate your super chat. I know the applause is mad loud. We'll turn it down a little bit. He says,
I was thinking that. I
was like, dang. Does Carolina have a Swiss Army knife on offense? Is there SAF in the draft, or is there a solid position player for the slot, or just play running backs who can catch but runners alone? Hope this makes sense. Do you you see what he's trying to say?
I follow what he's saying. We don't.
Okay.
And that's what I was going to say. If you want to pull up Steve-O's comment before Double O Kane sent the super chat, I think they're kind of leading into the same thing. That moving Puka into the backfield, moving Puka into the slot, putting him at wing. I think that's the same thing that Mr. Hunky Dory is trying to say. We don't have that guy. We don't have that guy. Yes, we can bump T-Mac inside, but it's to bump T-Mac inside to get him better leverage against somebody. Give him a three-way go. You don't want to put T-Mac in the backfield, have him running the Texas route.
Right.
Like, that's not his game. But I'm going to keep bringing it back to, damn, maybe this is a key.
Hey, man, look, let's just do it, man. We here now.
I
so,
don't know.
Yeah.
But I hate to keep bringing it back to Jonnu Smith in that 884-yard year. His quarterback was Tua. They wasn't throwing it deep.
Right.
He was getting in the backfield, running Texas routes. He was getting screens at X at wide receiver. Go look up those Jonnu Smith highlights from that Miami year. He was that piece for them. They were moving him around. So I think that's probably why there's so much talk around Sadiq and us, and almost so much talk around KC and us, because that's what KC was at NC State. I want to say KC had 41 carries as a running back. 380-something yards in his freshman year at NC State. That's what he is. So we don't have that guy now, but I think this is the draft where you could add that guy, and I think they will be higher on that guy, because it seemed like they wanted it to be XL, and like I said, that ain't his game, personally.
Right.
So yeah, I hope that answered both y'all questions, or kind of spoke to what both y'all were trying to say.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We got 151 watching between two platforms. I appreciate y'all joining us this evening. My man, the Real Ball Watcher, we are here. He is here to call my mock draft trash, because I had one pick on here that was absolute trash. And I'm going to be honest with you, I knew it was trash when I picked Dalen Everett. No disrespect to Dalen Everett at all. But even when I did this mock, I was like, okay, we need a corner. Let me see. The Georgia guy.
Just take
you
it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who I have literally seen on nobody's draft. And I hope Dalen Everett has.
I don't even think Dalen ever that bad. Would I do it in the fourth? No, hell no. But I don't think he's that bad.
Right.
So he ain't. I think he'll be a decent player eventually.
Right. So, that said, man, Keeb, I'm on stream, man. Whatever you got to say to me, say it in the chat. We transparent. You know I'm on stream. Anyway, all right. That said, man, let's do it, man. So we had plans to run a mock, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna run our mock, and then we're gonna run, as you mentioned, the predictive mock, right? Because we talked about doing both. So we'll start with ours, right? Let me just go ahead and get this out here. I'm going to enter the draft. Now, I will say this real quick. Which big board do you want to choose? Do you want to go with the PFF board? You want to go with Trevor Sycamor's board, the consensus, and that was as of 4/16, or the current big board, or how do you want to do it? Just kind of default?
I usually run, when I'm on PFSN, I usually run PFF's board because I feel like it's the most accurate. But what? I don't know. I feel like that's too easy. Let's do consensus.
Bet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Consensus as a 4/16. Yeah. Perfect.
Mix it up, because I feel like I know the PFF board at this point by heart. So let's mix it up.
So you want to do for positional value or draft for needs, like more towards that, or put it kind of in the center for both?
In the center. In the center.
Yeah, I got you. All right, we in there. Okay, so before we get started, let me go ahead and just reiterate what happened on the show last week and what happened Thursday, because I kind of hinted at it at the beginning of the show, and now we're going to go full throttle into it, right? Pause.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I personally think that every video that I've seen about the Carolina Panthers talking about receiver, the Carolina Panthers talking about tight end, edge rusher, all these different things that they've been saying has 100% been a smokescreen. And let me tell you why. Because I said this. So TD Dan sat down in the Panthers blueprint, and you talked about this, I think it was backstage, and you may have said this at the beginning of the show when you mentioned how it was no, you said it at the beginning of the show. You said it was T-Mac, it was Mason Graham, it was Walter Nolan, right? That was kind of their board. I have a conspiracy that I believe the whole reason that Smitty came out and said what he said. Now, if you want to go like straight 10 foil, Smitty might have really been hating on Buddy, because he like, man, if I come out and say this, then he might fall a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he
throw it off. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd a throw off. But I don't see Steve as being the type of person that would do that. I think Steve really did have legitimate concerns, you know what I'm saying, about Tetairoa McMillan. But I think it's either one of two things. Either, yes, the throw off, or I'm talking to you guys and you telling me like, oh, yeah, we really thinking about taking him. You like, you serious? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so you come out and say, these things publicly, because you basically telling them either, A, I'm going to help you here by, or don't do it. I'm going to lean on the don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think I'm crazy?
I think that's the type of guy Smitty is.
Huh?
I think that's the type of guy Smitty is, to be like, nah, I ain't feeling this.
Don't do it. It ain't what I'm into. So, but do I believe that he knew? Because based on the information that TD and Dan provided after the draft, 100% he knew. He talked to them boys. You know what I'm saying? He worked for the team. So, yeah, he knew. He knew. No different than I believe the same thing is happening right now. They going through all these talks and stuff like this. Yes, they visited with J-Rod. They visited with Anthony Hill Jr., all this kind of stuff. And then Luke and J.J. Jansen sit down. And Luke comes out of his mouth and say, he is my favorite linebacker in the draft. I do like some of these other guys, these bigger guys, these faster guys, these stronger guys. But the way that I like to play backer and the instincts and all that other kind of stuff, that's your guy right there.
Does that.
And from that moment, I was like, they're going to take J-Rod at 19. And that's what I firmly believe that. I really, in my heart, believe that they're going to take him at 19, because I do not think he's getting out of the first round. And if you want him, you're going to have to take him in the first round.
Agree. And I've been saying that. I think I've been saying that right before the combine. So I definitely agree there. I don't know if I agree that that's the pick at 19. And I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
But
I told you. My mocks is trash, bro. Let's get to it.
He's not going. Now, okay, so here's my thing. Dan has never been a poker player. that I ignore Canales live streams. I honestly I don't give a damn when he's up there. I really don't. I don't
Right.
care about the cookie cutter youth pastor stuff. Sometimes I watch cool here and there. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But when Dan get up there, I'm watching every time because Dan don't know how to shut up.
Right.
And I think you can see it when he talks and they ask him a question because he's thinking, how can I dance? If you look at it before, if they ask him a direct question that he's trying to hide, he always, well, you know, it's always a dance because he don't have a poker face.
Mm-hmm.
He don't know. He's just, hey, I'm a football player.
Right.
Like, I'm just, he does. I don't think he has that diplomat that
Right.
a lot of guys who didn't really play in the league for a long time have. Because you to go up through the coaching ranks and be a coach and hold this guy's towel, be a GA, you got to be a diplomat. You might not like, oh, I don't like the stuff that he's calling. That's why I get so high about AJ, because yeah, they cool, they close, but it's gonna be stuff that you like. I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
But he's the guy. I gotta be a diplomat. I gotta shake hands and kiss babies. I'm with him the whole way. Cause you see it all the time when guys leave. Then they come out, oh well, parts of the coaching staff really hated this player. They really didn't want him. Hell, you seen it with what's the guy that got fired in Miami before Mike McDaniel got there? Brian Flores.
Mm-hmm.
You seen it with him in Tua.
Yeah.
It was radio silence. Nobody knew nothing about that. As soon as he gone, oh my God, he hated Tua. So, but Dan was a player. And not to say Dan didn't work for what he got. Dan was a player, and he had a leg up to get a job in the front office.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he plays poker as well. And here's my tinfoil. Last year, I want to say on that same stream with TD, or maybe it was somebody else who said it, they didn't go to Arizona's pro day. They weren't there. And I think he said to someone, it might have been TD, it might not. He said the reason we didn't go to his pro day is because we knew we were taking him already. It was no more work to do.
Right.
Like, we knew that if he was there, we're taking him. It's simple as that. So I take us back to the infamous picture of J-Rod and Dan at the pro day.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only, like, okay, I don't think that they won't take him. I think if they get him in the right spot, they're taking him for sure. I just don't know if that right spot is going to be 19. Or if it was, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, let me ask you
I'm
this
with
then.
J-Rod.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think that they, just in your opinion, because I think maybe 2-3 players max that they would have over him if they didn't take him at 19. Who would you have over him at 19?
I'm not going to lie. I've been swayed recently because, like I said, don't nobody know what they're talking about. But I've been swayed recently just thinking through that thought process just now. I think if it hasn't been reported that Sadiq will visit or Dylan Thieneman, but I really think that if Dylan Thieneman is there or Sadiq, it's one of those two.
Those are my two. Yeah, those are the only two. Yep.
I think they're praying to the heavens that one of them two is there. And I think it was a report that said that the Vikings were looking to take one of the two at 18. And if they both there, I'm like, all right, I think the Panthers are like, all right, whichever one they don't get.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Like I said, they talked about how much influence Darrell Bevel will have for the we don't utilize tight end people, Jonnu Smith, and Canales. And if y'all watch my video Monday, I did a predictive mock. Understand, people in the comments, those aren't the players I wanted because y'all was killing me. Boy,
I told Brad the other day, man, I said, look, if there's any season that you want to make sure you have the thickest skin as a content creator, it's draft season.
No, they was killing me.
Yeah.
I said, damn. I think I said it in the video before every single pick that I did not like. I said, hey, remember, this is predictive. I don't want these guys. In my predictive mock, I talked about 30 visits and all. I don't even remember what I was about to say. I'm thinking about the comments. Dog, right. They was frying me.
But they was on your head, boy.
I don't think I got one positive comment. Every comment was like, yeah, I like that first pick, but what the hell was you thinking on every other? I'm like, damn, right. I told y'all this ain't me. All right, I don't even remember no more. Let's move on, y'all. Because why y'all do me like that? Like, damn, man. I told y'all it's predictive.
So, here, okay. Let me ask you this, too. And then I'm going to hit the button and we're going to get started.
Oh, I remember.
Go ahead.
In my predictive mock, I used Dave Canales' quote of him talking about safeties, how he wanted the dynamic safety that can move up and down, all that extra stuff. Yeah. And that's obviously Dylan Thieneman. He played free safety his freshman year, had 6 interceptions.
Yep.
Next 2 years, moved him into split safety, big nickel, especially for Oregon. I wrote this in an article. He's so nice. At Oregon, all they asked our linebackers to do, hey, y'all just cover this hook right here. We're going to run cover 2. We're going to make Dylan Thieneman the middle read, and he's going to cover it hash to hash. And we're going to dare somebody to throw that motherfucker. And they didn't throw it.
Which is nuts, because when you consider because in the NFL, the hashes are more condensed. So that can make him even more, deadly.
Yeah.
It just shows his athleticism. Yeah.
He's dynamic for sure. But yeah, that was my point. I think it'll be one of those two. And those are the reasons. But if they're not there, that's when it get a little freaky,
Yeah. Yeah. That's fire, man. So let me ask you this. As far as just J-Rod the player. Now, I've always had an argument of like, man, because I see people, hey, move back to get him, whatever like that. If your guy's your guy, it ain't no pick too high to get him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's really your guy and you think that's gonna make a difference for your team, because when you start doing these mocks, down the road and they mock a team a year later, it's like, well, where would this guy have gone if he had gotten picked, last year based on the results that we saw this year, right? I think he just has a lot of, like you mentioned with the Inman, he has a lot of transferable traits that would transfer well to the NFL game. Do you think that he would come in, because one of the things is going to be like, all right, there's going to be a real competition. And I think this exists really with whoever you pick at 19, honestly, because if you pick Concepcion, right, there's going to be competition in that room. There's going to be competition everywhere. I don't know that there's
except for free safety.
Huh?
Except for free safety.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's the one.
Right. I'll give you that.
That's the one.
Right.
I'll say that. And that's the one for sure. But yeah, no, you're right. Every other position is going to be comp.
Right. And I'll give you that. I do wonder, though, how much of a competition do you think it would be? Is he your day one, or do you think they still roll out Trevin Wallace and it's kind of a Luke Kuechly, John Beeson kind of situation where they kind of go off of each other until like, okay, he's taking the job?
If you take him in the first round, I think you have, that's the guy for sure. Now, this is another reason I just thought about. I really do think Dan loves Trevin Wallace. And I'm not a Trevin Wallace hater. I was. When we drafted him, I said, this pick sucks. What are they doing? But he surprised me with how decent he was. I was like, okay, he's much better than I thought. And if you look at linebacker, it's a very hard position to develop. From the pros to from the college game to the pros, it takes a minute. That and defensive tackle, tight end also sometimes, it takes a minute. You don't really see a lot of linebackers coming in year one and going crazy.
Right.
So it's year 3 for Trevin now. I think this will be his first offseason completely healthy, I want to say. I think Dan likes him, and that's the reason I don't know if they take a guy in the first. Because if you take a guy in even the second round, you can justify, hey, Trevin's our run defense guy. He's in on rundowns, and then you sub in a J-Rod or Anthony Hill or whoever on passing downs because Trevin is not good in coverage. I think you can justify that. In the first round, fans are going to say, hey, what's going on? Why is my first round pick playing 23 snaps a game? So, and maybe the team don't care. Maybe. But we just seen Canales say he not drafting for depth. So, I don't know. Or not drafting for depth in the first round. So, right. I don't know. It's up in the air. I like J-Rod, though. I do think what you said earlier, just to keep it short so we can get this mock started. Hey, if this is your guy, you take him. I agree with that. But somebody did say something that was real interesting the other day. And they was like, yeah, if that's your guy, you take him. But if you know nobody else is going to take him, like it was just reports of the Texans trying to move up. All right, you know nobody at 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 going to take him. Why not move to 26 and take him and get a second or get a third?
Oh, yeah, from that perspective, absolutely. Yeah.
They were saying, guys who didn't do that was John Gruden. And I was like, damn, I don't want to be John Gruden.
At all.
so yeah, that's I feel what you're saying, because I do agree to the most part. Hey, if that's your guy, you really got conviction in him, you take him. But like I said, if ain't nobody gonna take him, and the Texans want to give us an extra third this year or extra second and move up, I'll move back and take him. I'm with it.
Heck yeah, I'm with it. So that said, man, here we go. So now we talked about this. We were gonna do a draft based on if we took J-Rod at 19, how the rest of the board would go. So I'm telling y'all right off the gate, we taking them at 19. So we.
So you want to take them at 19? You want to look at trades too?
Hey, we can look at trades.
Okay, let's look at trades.
Let's look at trades.
I think that's realistic. I think that's realistic for us to. Did anybody offer any? I can't see.
So this one is a little bit different than PFSN. Like PFSN will like throw the trades out to you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if we was to do that, me and you would be in here like that. Because it'd be so many ads, dog. Like my computer just be tripping. All right, so but we can't look at trades. I do want to go over some of the people that were picked. So Dylan Thieneman, as you know, usual, gone. He actually went to the Jets. The Jets traded with Indianapolis and moved up to 16. Keldrick Falk on this board. This is according to PFF. Went 17 to the Lions, which is pretty fascinating.
Good luck.
Jordan Tyson went 11 to the Dolphins. Ruben Baines 6. Let me ask you this. Every year we got draft games that happen, man, where people, you know, something happens, a Laramie Tunsil, you know, smoking a bong, or, you know what I'm saying, CJ Stroud and his Wonderlic test or whatever like that. Do you feel like the fact that a story from 2024 started creeping up, you think this was draft games, like a team trying to orchestrate something to make Ruben Bain fall?
For sure. Because not only that, it was reported after that, but kind of reported on the hush-hush. The teams already knew this. So it was confusing for the report to come out to say, yeah, he killed Shawty accidentally, RIP.
Yeah.
And then teams are investigating. And then 2-3 hours later, yeah, teams already know this. But then that one didn't get blown up. That one didn't get the push. I'm like, all right, somebody playing. Somebody out there playing. So, yeah, I think that was draft game. Because, like I said, this ain't new. It's not the Jalen Walker situation where, you know, what happened 2-3 weeks before the draft. This was 2 years ago. So, yeah, I think somebody playing. And I'm trying to find something Jordan Tyson did in the past so I can put it back. If anybody got any Jordan Tyson dirt, send it to me.
Oh, do tell. So if he there at 19, it's a wrap.
Oh, my God. I'll run up there and make the pick myself. That's one that I don't even care. Let me show. I got my big. Well, I can't show you, but I got my big board. I was trying to make a big board so bad. I got the grades up, but I couldn't get the order correct because I'm like, damn, do I really think this got better? Jordan Tyson is a 7.1 on my big board, number 1 wide receiver. I want to say NFL had that as a Pro Bowl talent. To put that in perspective, there's only 6 guys on my big board of like 80 people right now that have a 7 or higher grade. To put it into even more perspective, the closest wide receiver to Tyson has a 6.8 grade. So he's 3 points better than the next best guy, or 0.3 points better than the next guy, which is a sizable jump. So I think if Tyson there, I don't care about no Sadiq. I don't care about no Dylan Thieneman. I don't care. You go up there, and you, matter of fact, I think I said this in I don't know if it was a mock draft or something like that. I think Tyson's so good, he might be better than T-Mac. Simple as that.
Ooh. Wow.
That's my take. That's just me.
Wow.
That's just me.
That's strong.
That's just me. But I just feel like when I watch him, I just see Devontae Adams. Like that's all I see. The releases, the route running. I just see Devontae Adams. So, but yeah, that's just me though. That's just me.
That's strong. That would be. Do you think that would kind of be the same thing that Smitty was talking about last year when you had Coker and Legette, where if you drafted Jordan Tyson, it's like, all right, perimeter. Or do you think he can move around in the same way that, you know, one of these slot guys can, and you can
move him everywhere?
Okay, cool.
That's the thing about those guys that are so good at releasing. If you have them outside, they're going to win. But when you put them inside, like if you have a guy outside, whether he's on the boundary or he's a Z, as a corner, you use your sideline as an extra defender. Once you move that guy inside, it ain't nowhere to run. It ain't no cushion. You can't play one way, play the other, because he's gonna beat you regardless.
Right.
It's that simple. And that's what T-Mac was kind of saying when they moved him inside. It's like, hey, I got a 3-way go. Like you don't know which way I'm gonna go now. So give a guy who's a much better route runner, more explosive, more sudden that 3-way go. oh man, it's raps. It's raps. And I think if he would have ran that 40, he would have been low 4. I think he would have did high 4.3s, low 4.4s. Because the way he moves and just eats up space, pause, it's crazy on tape. But that's enough Glaze. He ain't there. So let's move on. He ain't there.
All
so
right,
let's
so we're gonna do this trade. What you want to do? You want to just take it straight, or you want to do this? Yo, that was crazy.
So what's okay? What so we don't have no offers, do we? I can't see. Why am I blurry?
Hold on.
Mine blurry, so I can't see.
I'll make it a little bit bigger here.
It might just be my computer, to be honest. It might not be you.
So
okay,
we
now I
don't.
can see it better.
So yeah, with PFF, you kind of like make your actually.
Make your own.
Yeah, it does say we have a couple of trades here. So it says 3.
I'm about to say I kept seeing the blue thing, but I couldn't see what it said. But I see now it's 3 of them. So let's look. Where's the offers?
So Pittsburgh Steelers. I think you kind of have to make your own offers here with this one.
Okay.
So
let's go to the Texans. Since they already trying to move up.
All right.
Where they pick at?
Let's see. Houston. Texans,
Oh, yeah,
they picked 28. So this is okay. This is interesting you say this because today, Peter Schrager dropped his mock draft.
You did say that,
and he had us moving down to 28. The Texans moving up, and us going down to 28. And we took Casey Concepcion at 28.
Okay, so now I'm gonna say that provides a little more validity to that Texans report to me because Peter Schrager was not the one who reported it. It was somebody completely different.
Do tell.
And it wasn't that they were trying to move up with us. They said they're calling the middle of the first to move up. So that provides much more validity to me.
Okay. Now, was there any idea about who? Like, because I didn't look at Schrager's full mock. I just saw our pick. But who did they move up to get? Did you see?
They weren't even. It wasn't even like a mock or nothing. It was just I've been hearing that the Texans are calling guys in the middle of the first. Not they call. It's just they trying to get to the middle of the first to get somebody. I don't know who. They didn't say who, but
who you think? I got an idea.
Maybe who's yours? Because I don't know.
I say probably Caden Proctor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say offensive alignment, but I couldn't think of one that they would want.
Mm-hmm. I would say someone interchangeable piece. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say someone like Caden. Maybe I think Caleb Lomu. I don't know. He's everywhere. Like you look at some boards, he's in the second round. You look at some, he's in the top 15. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what? You're right.
Yeah, for my money, I would say Caden Proctor.
Because I did see Schefter and all them, and like I said, if they talking about the Panthers, I don't really listen to much they say. But I did see Schefter say that the run for offensive line period starts from 10 to 14. Yeah. So that makes sense for them to try to move up to the middle of the first to go get. So yeah, you're right. It's gonna be, if it ain't Proctor, it's an offensive lineman for sure.
All right. So you want to so 28 and 19. So we're giving them what? Xavier Legette and what else? No, I'm just playing.
So do it tell you the trade value? Oh yeah, I see at the end they are not interested. Okay, so have them give us 58. Or no. Is that 68 from the Giant?
Yeah,
69. Have them give. I don't know. And what is that? And we can give them 119. Let's see what they say.
Nope.
No interest. Okay, give them 83 instead of 119. No?
Still no.
Okay. So 20. Okay, so take off 60.
Hold on, let me just see if something's going on here. Hold on.
Okay, I'm about to say it's no way that they.
Yeah, I think. Give me 1 second, because you can kind of force these things. Like it don't necessarily have to be that they have to take it. I think.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't hit offer. My bad. They say it does say they're not interested in taking this pick, but you said 19 and 119, so we'll start there first.
Yeah, for 69. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, they tell me.
Okay, because I was about to say now that's equal value if I'm taking off the chart for sure. So
I was way off. All right, cool. So we're gonna run it and let's see who they got. Omar Cooper Jr. Ain't no freaking way.
Really?
Y'all moved all the way up to do that. But actually that kind of makes sense.
Proctor went before him.
Yeah.
Oh, but they still had Freeland and Miller. Yeah, nah, that's crazy. That's interesting.
Your boy off the board at 23, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. What do you think about him? Because Mel Kiper, his very first mock for us, was that a trash pick?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. For sure. And I like EMW. I just don't think, the more I watch him, he's not a first round, especially middle of the first round guy. I think he's late first, early second type. But I like EMW though. He's a cool guy, but I ain't taking it. So let's go ahead and do a J-Rod. We ain't gotta waste no time. We know who.
Bet.
Let's
So
do it. Let's do it.
here we go. Jacob Rodriguez it is. I know y'all mad out there. Stay mad. We did it. We did it. All right, so here we are again at 51. Now, we got some players that, honestly, I like a lot. This, second round is going to be real interesting this year, man, because there's a lot of people out there that I really like. I really like Lee Hunter. I like Lee Hunter a lot. I like D'Angelo Pons a lot. I like Eli Stowers. But this is your draft. Who you taking?
I was going to tell you to look at other positions, but he right there. I'm taking Stooks. It's not close to me. That's my safety 3. And if he was still at corner, he'd probably be like my 4th best corner on the board. So 3rd best safety, 4th best corner, maybe even 3rd best corner. I'll give Terrell the edge. Yeah, I think this guy's gonna be elite. His range, his ball skills, it's just so nuts. T-Mac was talking about him today, how he had a good relationship with him, stuff at Arizona. Yeah, I think the same thing that I kind of discussed with Dylan, adding him to this secondary, tone it down a notch, and then replace Dylan's name with Stooks. It's the same thing. Like, I think you added him at free safety. It's making this secondary elite. Like, it's gonna be hard to throw on. The Texans secondary. We basically just turned into that. We got our super fast, physical playmaking corner, J.C. Horn. You got your slow, off coverage but still physical, or J.C. Horn, and then for them it was Derek Stingley. You got your slow, physical but still really good man coverage corner. For them it's Kamari Lassiter. We got Mike Jackson. You go get your Stooks. That could be your free safety. I can't even think of a free safety off the top of my head, but you can also roll him down into the nickel. He could play nickel corner because he played both. And he was really, really good at both. So, and you see 4 interceptions last year.
Yeah.
Simple. I'm with it. Ball skills galore. I'm with it. It's Stooks.
Let me ask you a question. So there's somebody that you had a video on, and I'm gonna see if he's actually off the board already. Oh, he's not. Okay. Where do you put him against like AJ Halsey? Because I know a lot of people really like him. I
like Halsey too. Halsey's right behind Stooks. So my safety rankings was Dylan. No, I'm sorry. Caleb Downs, Dylan. I actually put it in tiers too. I had Caleb Downs, Dylan in their own tier. A small, teeny gap. Stooks, another gap for like, okay, these guys probably should go in the second round. And then it was AJ Halsey at the top of that one. So he's right behind Stooks. If Stooks was gone, I'd be really inclined to take Halsey.
Okay. Well, bet. Hey, guess what?
Yeah, he's right there.
Trading
right
Stooks.
Let's
You're
do
a Carolina Panther.
Now, here's the best part of the trade back.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of people, including myself, would be sitting there like, God, who we going to throw the ball to? Like, we not focusing enough on the offense. But we basically got another second-round pick right here. So, because of that trade back. So,
all right. Now, I know you said that, but my God, I see what you're looking at. And I'm looking at the same. I think we on the same page because, buddy, I love Corey Thornton, no doubt. But Keontae Scott is chaos magic.
Thanks.
And if this board really went like this, it'd be hard for me not to turn that card in. If we traded back like that and it ended up like this, it would be hard for me not to go defense 3 picks in a row. Because this, my goodness, man. I know he's older. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a plug-and-play scenario. Like, your thoughts. Is that what you were looking at like that? Or
here's my beef. The allure of Stooks is because he's really good against. I know I talked a lot about coverage. He's really good against the run too. That's why I said you can play him at nickel. Because he likes to get down there and hit. Like, he's not a small guy. I think he's 6'1". He likes to get down there and get physical. The allure of Stooks isn't just putting him at free safety. It's playing him at nickel too.
yes.
So when you play guys like the Rams who like to do all that funky stuff we talked about, moving Puka around, you take Stooks out of the free safety role and say, hey, you go cover that guy. Or you put J.C. Horn there and you go cover that guy and you put Stooks outside. That's the only thing that's stopping me from saying Keontae Scott. If we went wide receiver or somebody else first and then Scott was here, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be Scott. Well, actually, would it? Because my tight end 2 is here.
Who's your tight end 2? Max
Clear.
Okay.
Max Clear, for sure.
Do tell.
And that's what I think that's gonna be the pick. So Claire is like everybody. a lot of people know I was coasting Loveland till I die.
Mm-hmm.
Early last.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm like,
you was on him before a lot of people.
people.
Yeah, like early. Yeah, I do
For
remember.
sure. And to the point where T-Mac, because T-Mac, I love T-Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think T-Mac was a better prospect. I think he was 4th on my board last year, but Colston Loveland was like 6 or 7. So it wasn't that far off. I was to the point where, hey, if we took Colston Loveland, I think he would have won Rookie of the Year here. And if Colston Loveland started all 17 games instead of 13 last year, he might have won. He might have snatched it from us. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being honest. I think he had like 700 yards in 13 games. So if he starts 17 of them, he get 1,000 yards as a tight end. It's looking scary for him.
That'd be a lot. Yeah. What did Tyler Warren end up with?
I think Warren ended up with like 7. I think he only had. Matter of fact, I think Warren might have had less yards than Loveland.
Oh wow. Okay.
He started all 7. Tyler Warren stats. I might be wrong. Tyler Warren had he had 817. So Loveland definitely had less. Loveland stats, but let's see. Yes, Loveland had 713 and 6 touchdowns. Warren had 817 and 4 touchdowns. But like I said, Loveland didn't start till like week 8 or something like that, week 7. So, but the point of that is Max Clare is we got Colston Loveland at home. That's basically what Max Clare is. I like if you go watch him.
Great value, Colston. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is. Like if you go watch him at Purdue, you're sitting there saying, "God, this is Colston Loveland." Like this is him. Like the way he moved, he wasn't as good of a blocker as Colston Loveland, but the way he moved, dog, he was moving so crazy. I literally was like, "This is a clone." Then he got to Ohio State. It looked like he had added a little more weight. Maybe he had an injury, so he didn't move as fluid, but he still moved well. To the point where I'm still like, okay, maybe it ain't Colston Loveland, but maybe this is a TJ Hawkinson or a Sam Laporta type guy. And to throw a little more salt onto it, he played in a split tight end room. They played 3 guys, just like we did last year. We kept rotating on guys. It was the same thing, and he still had, 500 yards last season?
Yeah, 448 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, and as in rotation. So if he played all those snaps, he could have been a 700-yard guy. That's on a team with Carnell Tate, who's going to be a top 10 pick for some reason. That's on a team with Jeremiah Smith.
Whoa. For some reason?
I didn't think you caught it at first.
Let's go. Talk about it.
Look, the way they talked about T-Mac last year, I think that's exactly what Carnell Tate is. It's like, okay, I mean, how this guy a top 5 pick, and he actually do the stuff that y'all say T-Mac couldn't do last year, but T-Mac was supposed to fall to 24, 22. It just don't compute to me. It don't compute.
I got you.
Like I see him struggle a little bit to separate underneath. Sometimes he struggles a little bit with press, but he's a really good deep route runner, but he ain't super fast. I don't know. It's cool though. Shout out. I still like him though. He's my wide receiver 5, but I'm just top 5. I'm like, what are we talking about here? That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me. But to finish off the Claire, I told somebody this. If Claire moved the exact same way he did at Purdue, and like I said, he wasn't a good blocker at Purdue, but he's much better, much more improved at Ohio State because he added that weight. If you would have took the movement skills of Purdue and took the blocking of Ohio State, Claire, and mashed them together like on the little Goku whatever it is. Shout out to y'all. He would have been tight end 1. And I'm saying that as an Oregon fan. So I have him as a 6.7, which in theory is, or a 6.6, sorry, which is the same grade. I want to say it's will be a good starter in 2 years, or going to be a good starter year 1. So yeah, I like Max Clare. Let's just sit as that. Yak guy, easy separator as a tight end. We got Colston Loveland at home. That's who I'm taking. I only got to see the rest of the board.
Well, you definitely put some people on game, because like a lot of people in the chat are like, they have no idea who this guy is. But this is shout out to Nick Tri-State. Nick Tri-State said Underdog just tweeted they think J-Rod will be second off-ball linebacker off the board, and highlighted the Panthers, who have done extensive homework on him. Now, I know, look, Underdog So, you know, he kind of caught a little bit of a bad rep there during the free agency period, and then he kind of left and then came back. I don't know. Are you talking about? Try to say you talking about Ricky the dog, or who is underdog?
No. I think he's talking about
Oh, he talking about Josh Norris and them.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if he means Josh Norris, because I know
Okay.
Josh Norris works for Underdog,
Yeah.
or somebody else on Underdog. But that's what I was gonna say. Was it Josh Norris? Because from my understanding, Josh Norris is from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like
he used to cover the team. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if Josh Norris says it, then I'm listening.
Yes. And
Like
and
I said,
somebody had said not too long ago that, like, when he said stuff recently, it's usually been spot on about us specifically. Yeah.
Because what I said at the beginning of the show, the national, they don't know. They don't watch us. But if they from the Carolinas, I'm listening. Because they actually care. They actually care to look into it. That's like Ian Rappaport talking about us trading up for a lineman. We ain't even gonna get in there. But I'm listening. So was it Josh Norris? The chat not saying that.
I don't know. I'm waiting for Nick Tri-State. He said
Let me see. He said
he posted it in GC. Yeah.
Let me see. Where am I at? I don't even have X pulled up. Let me pull it up. Because if it was Josh Norris, I'm listening. I'm not gonna lie. And you might have cooked with the smoke screen stuff. I can't lie. Okay, so it was just regular Underdog. It was just regular Underdog. But
What'd they say?
Oh, no. I believe this. Okay, so remember last stream when we talked about J-Rod, I said I don't think he'll be there in the first, because I think if he falls to somebody like the Bills, they're taking him. It was Jeremy Fowler. Was it Jeremy Fowler?
Oh, okay, I'm getting ready to pull this up now. See, now y'all, all right, now you done got me going. Give me a second.
So Jeremy Fowler, several NFL scouts believe LB Jacob Rodriguez will be the second off-ball linebacker drafted. Panthers and the Bills, like I just said, are among teams that did extensive homework on J-Rod. That's what I was saying last stream. He's not going to be there in a second, because if the Bills see him there, they're taking him.
Period.
So that just added validity. That just added validity to me.
All right, give me send me, like, shoot that to me, because I just want to pull it. Yeah, I want to pull it and put it out there, because now we about to
look. We done stream turned into something else. The stream done turned into. Look, you might have been on him with the 10-4. I ain't gonna lie. You might have been on him with the 10-4, boy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Let me
somebody
know.
in the chat, right, going to the Bills if we don't take him. Yeah, that's what I've been saying since the comment. I'm like, dog, one of my low end comps, or like mid tier comps for him was what's that linebacker they had? The white boy. Y'all know let me look it up. I hate when I forget stuff right when I'm about to say it. White Bills linebacker.
Are you talking about Matt Milano?
Matt Milano.
Yeah,
One of my comps for him was Matt Milano. I was like, dang, he just reminds me, same size, bigger hitter than his size is, good coverage player. He reminds me of Matt Milano a little bit. And I was just like, well, if that's the case, the Bills are going to take him. Simple as that. So, yeah, I like that, though. All right.
Well, okay, so here was one of my arguments, man, and I got the tweet pulled up here. This was one of my arguments. You got two teams that have, like, two teams that would do something like this potentially, that have two picks in the first round. And now a third has been added to the chat, the New York Giants. Now, do I think that they would do something as crazy as, because they pick pretty high. I think they're going to go after some what you would consider pretty premium picks. But you got Dallas with two picks, who needs a linebacker, and you got Kansas City, who Spags loves very, very smart, instinctive players, right? Once upon a time, the Kansas City Chiefs did move up and take a quarterback that nobody thought was a first-round pick, right? Moved up to take him, even though let Sean Payton tell it. Him and, the GM with the Saints, they was like, hey, we taking – if you're there, we're taking – you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, the rest is history. So if there's validity to this, hey, man, look, I'm trying to tell you. I think when somebody, like, it's who says what. If Luke says it, that's what got my radar. Because I was like, a Hall of Famer of that caliber saying that is substantial when you think about the athletic profile of a Sonny Styles, the athletic profile of a Anthony Hill Jr., and you pick him, the guy who's supposed to be the guy who's not the athlete, you know what I'm saying, but the coverage guy and all that kind of stuff. that's saying something, man. And I think I'm not saying that Luke let the cat out the bag, but I do think that there's real serious smoke here for that, man. So, hey, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a mess on the show tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna be. Don't let this
Hey,
happen.
I'm gonna add this because I don't want to. We didn't got sidetracked. I ain't gonna keep us sidetracked too much. But
Yeah.
for point, and this is why I think Luke like him. I got a pretty decently popular tweet about J-Rod. If you like linebackers that play linebacker, not this fake, oh, he just blitzes the A gap, or I mean, not that this guy Arvo Reese, shout out to him, or he's a quasi edge, or Jalen Walker, he's a quasi edge off ball, or Jake Golday, who's basically playing nickel, or Kyle Lewis, who's playing safety / nickel. If you like guys that play linebacker, real traditional, read the gaps, read the run, read coverages, play linebacker, Sonny Styles, but also Jacob Rodriguez is your guy. Draft the linebackers that play linebacker.
Yep.
That are good at linebacker stuff. Not that do other stuff and you hope you can turn them into a good linebacker. Just take good linebackers. But I'm going to leave it there because we did get sidetracked.
All right,
we got sidetracked. So Claire,
Claire's the pick?
Claire for sure. And if y'all don't know, now you know. Maybe I'll put the Claire eval up on YouTube or something so y'all can learn a little bit.
Well, there we go. Hey, what do you think about just until we get to our next pick? What's your thoughts on Donnie Denise Sutton, the edge from Penn State? You think there's some Danielle Hunter there?
I see a lot of people saying that. I don't see that. Me personally, and I don't mean this as a diss to him. I just think Danielle Hunter is a much better athlete. Like, there's one thing to be athletic, but then there's one thing, like, athletic testing-wise, but then there's another to be athletic on the field. And on the field, I don't see his athleticism pop as much. And I'm like, I think Danielle Hunter is like shout out to I forgot his name, JJ Pegues Cross Chop on Twitter. Shout out to him. He's a football coach. He focuses on D-line most of the draft, and he talks about how defensive line is such an athletic position. Like, the superb athletes are the best guys at that position. I mean, look at them: T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, even a guy who isn't necessarily as strong and shouldn't be as good for the Broncos. Damn, I can't think of his name. I hate when that happens. But he's so fast. Nick Benito. He's not a big guy. He played linebacker, but he's so athletic. Micah Parsons, these athletes. I just don't see that athleticism with a lot of guys in this class, but with Denai Dennis Sutton. So that's just my take. But I don't think he'll be a bad player.
Gotcha. Hey, look, right there at the third, at the top of the board, third round. Look at our boy, Sam Hecht. What do you think?
Okay. I gotta stop. Let me look at the positions. Let's look at wide receiver.
Gotcha.
Let's look at wide receiver.
About that time.
Before they kill. Okay.
Bryce Lane, Deion Burks.
All right. I don't need to see it no more.
Okay.
That's all I need to see. You can click off that. We good.
Gotcha.
Here we're going. Let's scroll down. Who do we take so far?
So far, our draft picks have been Max Clare. In the second round, we got Traden Stukes. And then, of course, in the first round, Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay. So linebacker, safety, tight end. All right. Okay, I'm cool with this. Yeah, we can go Claire. Well, let's look at tackle.
Okay.
I mean, not Claire. Let's look at tackle. Because I do think, we just got to eat it. We going Sam Heck. Sorry, we going Sam Heck. That's the best guy on the board right now.
Yo, why y'all screaming in the chat to restart the draft? We ain't even got we got like 4 picks left.
Yeah, what's going on?
We'll go through another draft. The next one we do, you probably ain't gonna like no way because it's gonna be a predictive draft. So,
yeah, man. So let's go Sam Heck, Jerry.
All right, bet.
So I think you got a starting center. If it ain't year one, eventually he'll be your starting center for the long run.
Yeah, you like what was the center we got from New Orleans?
I do. Luke Fortner. I think he's I don't think he's a long-term starter, but he's a good Band-Aid. He's a very good Band-Aid option. Like, I don't think there's a big drop-off between him and Brady Christensen. I mean, not Brady Christensen. Who the guy that just left? Damn, I can't think of nobody's name. Not Austin Court.
Cade Mays, yeah.
Cade Mays. I don't think it's a huge drop-off. And Cade Mays, honestly,
Yeah, you
While a
said
good
that on our
Band-Aid,
last stream. Yeah, you mentioned that on the last stream.
he's a Band-Aid. As
Mhm.
simple as that. He's a Band-Aid where a year or 2 years, okay, cool, he played good. Now we might want to upgrade. So, where we at? We got 2 back-to-back. All right, cool. Now let's look at wide receiver because I know they're gonna kill me.
Bet.
I went against the grain. Oh, we gotta add playmakers. I ain't took one to the 3rd and the 5th round, even though I do think Claire is a steal. Damn, they cooked us. All right.
You don't like
Damn.
Cyrus Allen?
I was hoping that Brendan Thompson was left. Damn, they cooked us. Okay. Damn. Maybe the chat was right. Maybe the chat was right. Damn.
I said maybe they was right.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's crazy, man? We did a draft last year, and I remember when we got down here to these picks, and there were 2 corners that you could not have told me wasn't going to be, like, at least one of these wasn't going to be just, unreal. And it was Kobe Bryant and Melo Dotson. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then we brought in Melo, and I don't even think he made the roster, did he?
I don't think he made the roster.
Yeah.
I don't think he made the roster. But we did have I ain't gonna lie, he had no chance. I ain't gonna lie. You come in, because I think he was undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
You come in as a UDFA, and the competition at your position is Corey Thornton. You're cooked, buddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, start looking, because they're not keeping 2 UDFAs at the same position. You're cooked.
Do you think it's possible he could be better than Mike Jack, Corey Thornton already?
Yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, it's funny. When I was doing his cut-ups last preseason, because I ain't believe in the hype, all that, because like I said, we couldn't go to camp, we couldn't see none of that, so we just kept hearing this hype from reporters about this Corey Thornton. I'm like, man, he can't be that damn good. I just saw T-Mac bang on him in the little picture.
Yeah.
Like, he can't be that good. And then I watched him, and during preseason, I started putting the cut-ups together. I said, all right, I was hating. He's that. And I was telling Mike K on the TL on my last account, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I would start him over Mike right now. Like, right now, I would start him over Mike Jackson. And Kate was like, nah, you tripping. Slow down. And he was right, because Mike Jackson had a career year.
Oh, yeah.
But that just shows you how high I was, that I was like, hey, you can put him out there right now and let him run with JC, and it's going to be nasty. But, yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to Melo Dotson.
Pop.
He had no chance.
You got a wrench. You can delegate as you see fit, my brother. Pop, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like what you're seeing, you handle business. I ain't got no problem with it, because we're gonna keep going, but it's up to you, big dog. Because I like people who are saying what they saying in the chat. Like, I got love for these people, because they always hear. But at the same time, hey, look, I give out wrenches for a reason. I let y'all police yourselves. I don't have to remove people. So it's up to you, big dog. But anyway, we got 2 picks back to back. So I feel like wide receiver, we might be chopped, bro.
Okay, so this is what I'll say. I hate that I'm doing this, because this is against my philosophy for this draft. So my philosophy for this draft, just so people know, because I don't think I've said it publicly, add premium playmakers for Bryce Young, because I think we've done enough of the penny pitching. We took a 4th round tight end in this 2023 or 2024, whatever it was. First year Dave was here. Took a 4th round tight end. UDFA wide receiver was our best receiver of that class. Next year, you take I want to say, what was bro from Notre Dame, Mitchell. I think that was the 6th round. Yeah, it was like the 5th, 6th round. We took T-Mac, premium position. We see how it worked. You took Jimmy Horn in the 7th. Okay, that's a lot of penny pitching. I did not want to penny pitch this year, but I'm going to have to. I think Claire is a steal.
Okay.
I know people going to kill me because it's 3rd round, but I think he's a 2nd round guy. And I think they've reported that they did a lot of work on him. But Kevin Coleman Jr.,
okay, from
Missouri, Senior Bowl, watched him. Nobody could stay in front of him. This reminds me of Tej Johnson. Tej Johnson from last year out of Oregon, just a smaller guy, good slot receiver, very, very slender, just like Tej and them, super fast, super quick. I don't know how much of a deep threat he'll be because of his frame, but if you want somebody that separates underneath and gets you yak, Kevin Coleman is going to be that guy. So that's who I would go with here.
Done deal. And I think, here's the beautiful part about that, is that I think that that's what we all want Horn to be. And I don't know that that's what he is. Like, when you look at that last attempt for the very last play of offense that we had in the season against the Rams. Would you say that, like, I would have liked to have seen him maybe make a like a Hunter Renfrow style play on the ball where you kind of go into the ground, to
Yeah.
secure it. But do you think that that's something in his game, just based on what you know about Horn, that he can develop into, or you don't really think that's his game? Because he seems more just like a field stretcher. Yeah.
I think he could develop into it eventually. Like, things like that come with field experience. Like, you can develop feel. That's why I'm not completely out on XL, not to kill him no more. But you can develop feel eventually as you play the game more. So I think he could eventually be that. But I just think the ball skills and route running of Kevin Coleman, like, this would be the Horn competition. Like, if you send him in there, you're saying, all right, which one of y'all, you sending Jimmy Horn, John Mechie, and Kevin Coleman in the camp, saying which one of y'all gonna win this? And then looking at XL saying, it's either you gonna put up or one of these guys gonna shut you up. Whoever win this competition, one of these guys about to shut you up. I think that's what they added John Mechie for. We talked about it, that short, easy, quick separator underneath who can get some yards out the catch. I think that's Jimmy Horn. I think that's John Mechie. I think that's Kevin Coleman, even though I think he has a little bit more chops as a route runner. He's probably the best route runner of the three. And he was really good, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Now, and I hate it because it's not a very premium pick. Like, it's not a guy where you draft him and you say, this guy's starting. Like, you draft KC in the first round, shout out to Coker. This guy is going to be wide receiver 2, whether it's at the start of the year or by the end of it. Kevin Coleman ain't that guy. But he is a guy where you can say, well, all right, well, he could end up being your wide receiver 3 and be pretty good at it. Not no 1,000-yard receiver or nothing.
Right.
But, a quick little 500, 600 yards, 700 yards maybe, I think he could be that for sure.
Well, let's do it. Now, we're going to take this pick, and then we got another one, and then 200, and then we'll be done. But you said something just now that I found fascinating, because I never thought about it from that perspective. When you look at Jalen Coker's production when available last year, it's hard for me to really wrap my mind around the fact that that's kind of right. That's kind of true. Like, if you take KC or you take Omar or whoever else, you decide from a receiver perspective in the first round, you kind of are effectively saying, like, you are wide receiver 2 in some ways, right?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing with Coke is, I love him. I love the guy. Very, very early on, I loved him before we even took him. When Steve Smith was talking about him, I was learning about him at the same time. I was like, I like this dude a lot. But his skill set is very redundant to what T-Mac does. And redundancy can be good, but like we talked about before, you want your receiver room or even your edge room to complement each other.
Yeah.
Like, both of Coker and T-Mac, big body guys. Guys you can go give it to in a contested situation. Both of them aren't explosive, but they're still good wiggle in their routes. They're good technical route runners. They both run really good routes, digs. They both can run a really good comeback. You see all the routes that T-Mac was winning on in the playoffs, they were damn near the same routes, except for the RPOs. They were damn near the same routes that Coker was winning on. That Coker, what was it? Down out and up in that Denver game. T-Mac had the same exact thing on his first touchdown against who was it? Dallas. It was a double move. It was out and up, got upfield. They do the same thing. So you really want Coker to be your wide receiver 3 and to have somebody different as your 2. So, but I just don't think to bring it back to KC and all those, Omar Cooper, yeah, those guys will be the 2. But somebody like Kevin Coleman will provide something different. I just don't know if he's good enough to take Coke's spot. So, yeah, there's that.
Fascinating. So we got 2 picks left. We got 159 right after 158, and then we got pick 200. You want to go running back? Now, here's a player just real quick I want to just ask you about, and then I also want to ask you if you'd be willing to take a quarterback with one of these picks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. My boy Brad loves Drew Aller. Drew Aller's just big to me, but I think that there might be something there. Jack Kelly played pretty well at BYU. I'm surprised that, especially this year, are you kind of surprised that he would still be on the board at this point, or do you think 15 missed tackles is the reason why? Because, I mean, even J-Rod has 17. However, I will say that I watched a breakdown on J-Rob where it's like his 17 missed tackles were a lot of times not so much missed tackles. It's just because he was in the vicinity because he's always around the ball. So it's not even necessarily that he missed the tackle. It's more just that he was just in the area, so they're going to count it as such.
I was going to say, I didn't even see 17 missed tackles when I watched him. I was like, I didn't see that many, but facts. I'm not surprised. I'm not going to lie. Jack Kelly's cool, but in any other draft, he'll be higher, but this linebacker draft is so deep.
It's stacked, bro.
Like, dog, I'm pretty sure there's still some guys on the board, like Caleb, I can never say his last name, Heirlooms or whatever. I would rather have him over Jack Kelly. It's just a lot of guys in this linebacker class, but he was pretty good. That's the thing, like a guy like Bryce Betcher, Oregon guy, really, really good linebacker. Like I said, if you want a guy that plays linebacker well, take those guys. He's one of those guys that just plays good linebacker, but he might be there in the fifth round, sixth round. When other drafts, he might be at the end of the third, early fourth round. So, yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Okay. Well, just wanted to ask about him. So someone asked in the chat, have we done anything on the defensive line? Is this a place where you would want to take a D tackle or maybe another edge? Or
yeah, let's look at D tackle and edge. Okay. Let's look at D tackle and edge because we have not done anything on the D line.
Cool.
So here's my thing with D line, and we don't need nobody to stop the run. Well, that sounds crazy. You need people to stop the run, but we don't need to be taking people to stop the run right now. I think we got those guys. We got Derek Brown. We got Bobby Brown. Cam Jackson last year. We got enough hog mollies down there. Yeah. We got to get somebody that can provide interior pressure. And can you scroll down a little bit? Let's see. Is he on there? He might be gone. Yeah. Caleb Proctor out of Southeast Louisiana or something like that. I've heard a lot of good things about him. Have I watched him? No. I can't find no tape. The one tape I got, the dude messed up the tape, so I got 6 plays, and that's it. He looked good in the 6. He looked good in the 6. And it was against LSU. But from what I've heard, he's a monster. When he played LSU, he had I'm going to say they had 6 pressures and 2 sacks on LSU's offensive line. Wow. And that's coming from Southeast Louisiana. And I want to say he had 9 sacks on the season last year. So that would be a guy I would be looking at.
As a tackle? A defensive?
Yeah, as a D tackle.
Wow.
Yeah, as a D tackle. Rushing from a 3 and 2 a lot of the times. So in a regular 4-man front too. It's not like it's a 5-man.
He getting it out the mud. Yeah,
exactly. And he was just running by those LSU guys and even overpowering a lot of them. So in the clips that I've seen, but I don't like going off highlights to evaluate. But that's just what I seen. And I would have been cool with taking him here. I seen somebody that had him on their big board, and I want to say he was the 29th best player in the whole draft.
Wow.
That's what made me like, okay, let me go watch the tape. And then I realized, okay, I don't got no tape. So if he would have been here, that would have been the perfect pick. But I guess we can go with Landon Robinson out of Navy. Transparent, ain't watched him either. But it's the same thing with Proctor. They say the same thing. Really good production. 8 sacks.
8 sacks,
22 hurries from inside. So I think we need somebody that provides pressure inside. And I still got faith that Turk can be that guy because hammies are tricky. But when you're the lowest, now I don't know, PFF ain't the Bible to me, but when you're the lowest PFF grade on the team, on both sides of the ball, your job ain't the safest. You make it $16 million a year. Yeah, Turk.
Yeah.
Turk. And I know hammies can be bad, so I still got hope that he could be that guy. But shout out to bro in the chat, Southeastern Louisiana. I want to make sure I get that right because this is HBCU, ain't it? Yeah, it's HBCU. So I want to make sure HBCU love Aggie pride in here. But yeah, Southeastern Louisiana is where he went. So I make sure that pronunciation's right. But yeah, I'll take Landon Robinson here.
He's got a 10%, and I know this, compared to some of the other pass rush win rates for a D tackle though, a 10% pass rush win rate that's strong.
It's really good. It's really Matter of fact, can you do me a favor? Can you see if you can pull this up for Caleb Proctor just for my own research?
Yeah.
I ain't got PFL. I ain't got that ain't part of the bill. That ain't part of the monthly bill.
What's his name? How you spell his name?
LEB, and then
Proctor.
Proctor. Yep. Let's see. Will that pop up? Yeah.
There he is.
280
SELS
pounds.
Lions. Yeah.
And then let's see, where is his pressures and sacks? So 90 pass rush, all right, respect. That's the thing about PFF. That the trenches are pretty accurate a lot of the times. So I don't go off of them too much. Oh yeah, 9 sacks last season. How many
26
pressures?
hurries.
39 pressures
yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Fourth in pressures. Wow.
Yeah. He's
now is that ranking him in that conference specific? I mean, in that like in the what would that be like? Whatever HBCU conference.
It might be from his position.
Okay,
like
so this like the nation.
Yeah, I think this is from defensive tackles that are in this draft. I think that's how they rank this because this is the draft profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the draft profile. That's the thing.
Okay.
It's not a lot of pass rushers in this draft, and I think Caleb Banks didn't play that many games. I want to say Peter Woods had a down year, so it wasn't a lot of pass rushers. So I believe he probably is 4th in pressures at D tackle from this draft. But yeah, like I said, I ain't watch him, so I don't want to tell people he nice. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if he nice or not, but he interesting at least. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Landon Robinson, same thing. That's the guy we just took. So I ain't watched Landon Robinson, but I've seen a little bit of highlights of him. Super quick off the ball. He's very small, but he's lightning quick feet, all that stuff. Just interior pressure. That's what we need. So
I got you. So who is it? Landon Robinson? We took.
Yep, that's gonna be our pick. Yep.
Perfect.
And then we can go quarterback this last one. Because I do think we need to add a quarterback because Kenny Pickett is trash. And so is Will Grier.
Straight like that.
So
Will Grier.
So shout out to him.
Will freaking Grier.
Let's see. Is he here?
Yeah. Yeah, he there. Your boy.
Drew Aller?
There you go.
Oh.
That's your man,
okay.
right?
That's your man. That's your man.
That's
I don't know if he's mine. The thing about Diego, he's a football player.
He's
a football player. I'll give him that. He's a good football player. I just don't know if he's an NFL quarterback yet. Like he struggled at the Senior Bowl. But here's the two that I would throw out. I think Jalen Daniels, he's low key low. How far is scroll down a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why is he so low? 301 is crazy. I think he's the best left. Super mobile, played a lot of snaps, good arm. Is just super old. He might be like 26 or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's personally who I would go with. But the dude under him from Texas Tech, I think his name is Baron Morton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't watch the tape before y'all kill me. I watched the Jalen Daniels tape, but did not watch the Baron Morton tape. What I seen is he's an inaccurate passer, but he got an arm on him. He let it go. And he's not afraid to throw with anticipation. The problem is he hasn't been accurate. So they want a guy that they can develop, though.
Yeah. If anything kills him, man, they could not do anything against y'all in that playoff game. Nothing. But also, consequently, what sold me on Jacob was that game. You know what I'm saying? Because they just couldn't do anything offensively. And then y'all got a guy who, likely would have been the second, maybe, depending on who you ask, first quarterback off the board this year, who'll, be a high draft pick next year. And Jacob and, Lee Hunter and company and David Bailey and all them, they held him down. You know what I'm saying? So if they would have been able to put some points on the board, then maybe it'd have been a different situation. But yeah, it was crazy. But like we lost my man, Real Ball Watcher, went 0 silence on us. But he's back. Let me put him back in. My bad, y'all.
They booted me.
I know.
They trying to silence the kid. Right. Man, what's going on?
That's hilarious.
But I don't know. We could take either of them. I don't really care.
Bet. I'm taking Sawyer Robinson. No, I'm just playing.
Go ahead. Hey.
Drew Aller ain't even on the board no more. He gone.
That's all I was looking for, Drew Aller. Because I ain't gonna lie. If they're trying to really develop somebody, I'm not mad if it's Drew Aller. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at Drew Aller being the backup. My thing is, I don't know if I'm taking a backup before the 7th. I mean, before our last pick.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can go. Yeah, I was about to say we can go Baron or Daniels. I don't care.
All right, now y'all getting y'all.
Yeah, Baron got an arm though. Baron got an arm though. Shout out to my dog in the chat who was saying start over. He liked the Coleman pick. He liked that. So
he sure did. Yeah, he came back around. He was like,
we got him back.
Hey, Rob Blake, like he a regular here, so like I ain't want to like do him like that, but I was like, Rob, come on, man. He in the like start over. Like every time, like
we reeled him back in with the Coleman
right.
pick.
All right, let's see what they gave us, man. So grades are not available with the big board, so we earned some awards, but for the most part, like I don't think they liked it. 4 out of 16. Oh no, wait, 416. I'm sorry, that's the date. I thought it was 4 out of 6. I'm like, what? Killed us.
Nah, I like this. I think so. Here's my thing with the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You're aiming to get 3 starters.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else is house money. I think J-Rod, starter. Stooks, starter. Claire, starter. Sam Heck may not be a starter this year, but by year 2, he's going to be a starter.
Right.
Off of that alone, it's a dub. That's just being starters. Now, once you start adding in, hey, this guy could win Rookie of the Year. This guy could be a Pro Bowl caliber player. That's when you start getting, okay, now we're getting into A+, franchise changing drafts. But every year, I know Panthers fan, this is rare for us because we've been drafting horribly. Every year, you want to get at least 4 guys that start. Or not 4, 3 guys that start. And maybe 2 contributors after that. So, I like this draft. If you get 4 starters, I'm cool with it.
All right, so I'm willing to run it back. I will say this, though. I am tired. So, if we do it, I'm going to do a, like I know y'all can see it in my eyes, man.
Speed run draft.
I've been having meetings all day. I've been it's been a day, boy. And I know tomorrow going to be an event. So I'm thinking about even calling in, and I know my boss be watching the show. So, hey, look, listen, I might not be there. Maybe a PTO day because I need some rest. But yeah, man, tomorrow is going to be an absolute movie. Like I said, if you're a regular on the channel, I'm doing something different tomorrow that I haven't done in quite some time. I'm gonna have the chat wide open. I'm gonna have the link in the chat. You can come up. I can have at least. Like I said, I stream off of Ecamm Live. Like I love that because I get a lot more control. I can build my show out exactly how I want to. But I'm going old school tomorrow. I'm going back to StreamYard. So it's gonna be I'm dropping the link and it can be 10 people and we can yell at each other and laugh. I'm gonna have the mustache on, man. Cause I'm telling you, I'm calling the J-Rod thing into existence because if J-Rod is the pick, I'm trying to tell you, right? I'm trying to tell you.
It's over.
It's over. I'm going to I'll just say this.
Bump Jay-Z.
Yes. Bump Jay-Z.
Bump Jay-Z.
I am going to, and I know people be like, John, you always say that. You always say, no, tomorrow I'm dead serious. Political connects will be compromised because if we take J-Rod, I'm going to expose some darkness and bring it to the light.
It's
because
over.
I am sick and tired of, let me just say this real quick. Small rant, because I'm not going to go full throttle on what I, have planned if we decide to make this pick. And I might be, a punk and not even do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. Rob Blake was yelling in the chat, do another one. You know what I'm saying? Or start over or whatever like that, right? And like I told Pop, if y'all know anything about my channel, I don't delete people, man. You can say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sensitive. Y'all can say anything you want to say to me in the chat. I'm not sensitive. You can at me on Twitter. I'm not sensitive. But what I do not like a lot of this elitist, positions that people have where they, treat other people like their takes are just dumb and they be two different people. They'll say in your face, they saying one thing, but then behind the scenes is something totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That right there, I'm off that. You know what I'm saying? So if the shoe fit in that situation, then hey, you know what time it is with me, right? I don't do the fake stuff. I don't do the fake stuff at all. And it's a whole lot of that going on. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, if we don't pick Buddy, then cool. I'm gonna just sit back in my little corner and just say what I say. But boy, if we do, oh,
it's up.
Oh.
And let me say this, because I don't want them to get it twisted. a lot of y'all takes be dumb. Just say, a lot of y'all takes be dumb. But the difference is you gotta say it if you believe it. Don't get in there. Yeah, that's I like that, and then turn around and do something different. Look, if y'all know me, y'all know this like my 19th account. That's because I'm gonna tell you when your take is dumb, and a lot of people don't respond that well. That's all we saying. If you gonna say it, stand on it.
Stand on it.
Don't take it as we gotta be kumbaya, because we don't.
Stand on it. Hey, look, I love you too, Rob Blake. Man, it ain't nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? I know you was ready. Rob Blake hey, start over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts. I feel that though. Like, y'all can get it off. Like, that's why it was in my comments killing me last video. I wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
It's like it is what it is. Don't do the turn around and to smite your face or whatever they say. You know, y'all know the old saying from the South. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Bite your ears to smite your face. Whatever. Don't do that.
What is it? Break your nose to spite your face, or cut off your nose.
You know what? Don't do it.
Cut off your nose to spite your face. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah.
Like I said, man, and even look, here's the other thing, man. Like, I'm breaking the fourth wall here for a second, and then we offer this, and we're gonna move on to the predictive mock, and we getting out of here. Man, I'm a content creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course I'm gonna do crazy stuff. Like, I don't take myself that serious. So if I don't take myself that serious, and I got people saying stuff about me that they won't even at me to say to me serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, then what is it really? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, but at the same, and it's not even so much for what they say about me as much as it is like throwing rocks and hiding your hand. Like, if you're going to say something, if you're going to clip something that somebody said, you know what I'm saying, somewhere else, then don't go run and put it in some group chat. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like, stand on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't go run and put it in a group chat. Say it out loud. Because I promise you, like, it's been plenty of times the stuff that I got to say, I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? And like, whether I say your name or not, I hope you understand that it is you. But hey, like I said, if we pick Buddy tomorrow, I might go scorched earth. I might start calling names. And then it's going to get real interesting.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to, I'm gonna shout this because I think this is a good question. We can move on. Who is the green dot between Lloyd and J-Rod? That's a great question. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy tasked with picking that. That's a good one. Because Lloyd sees the game very well, but like, I think that's like J-Rod's superpower to like, hey, I know what they doing. I don't know. That's a good one, but that's a good problem to have too. That's a great problem to have.
Yeah,
that's a great problem to have. You got two guys that a lot of guys aren't good at linebacker because when you give them a green dot, because it's too much thinking. You got two guys that excel well doing too much thinking, but now imagine how much better they'll be if they get to just play free.
Yeah.
Whichever one that doesn't get that green dot. So I don't know. That's a great question though. I don't want to be the guy that picks it.
Do you think that so I didn't know this or not, but was Devin the green dot at Jacksonville last year?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was.
Yeah, my guess it'll probably be him.
Of course, J-Rod. Yeah. It'll probably be him off seniority, but all right. Yeah, you're right. It'll be him. Seniority immediately him. But let's go 2 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
J-Rod's in his third year. Devin's in his final year of his contract. Who's gonna? Do you ever see J-Rod taking the reign?
100%.
I think that's the better question.
Yeah.
You think so?
100%. Yeah. And I think because of the instincts, because you could, I mean, number one run defense, number one pass coverage linebacker. I mean, you are pretty much calling the shots out there, right? So, I mean, at least I would guess, right? So to me, it would make sense if it was him. Based off of what Luke's assessment was of him, I would say it would be him as well, because they kind of mirror each other. And here's another reason I think that Luke likes him a lot is because, you know, when Brad had reminded me of this when they were talking about how Trevin Wallace was spending tons of time around, you know, Luke Kuechly and, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, mentorship or whatever that looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that a guy like Michael Jordan wasn't successful as a coach or an owner, smacking Malik Monk in the back of the head, you know, doing stuff like that, is because he could never get people to build up, even with the talent that they had, they could never be him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't, like, I look at you and I can see some things that you can do, but you don't see it and you can't do it because you don't have that capacity, right? So it frustrates me to no end because I'm just like, well, dang, I can't ever get you on the same page of what I'm trying to get on. I think with
Mm-hmm.
Luke, similar to how I think, what's the name? Frank Reich was looking at CJ Stroud. I think he's like, okay, this is the closest thing to me I've seen. So I know
Yeah.
that it would translate. So if I mentor this kid, oh, he's going to be on a different level. And that's kind of what I see from Luke's perspective versus even someone like a Trevor Wallace. Like that's my perspective of it.
And not to prolong this, but that just made me think about Smitty's comments about T-Mac last year
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't look like Smitty. So Smitty's like, well, what can I do with this dude? I think if you go ask Moose what he thought about T-Mac pre-draft last year, the tone might have been different.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because I think I just wrote an article about KC, and shout out to Cat Crave. Y'all go, Mari Burris on Cat Crave, go read those articles. But I just wrote an article how they pair together.
Mm-hmm.
And I compared KC to the Smitty. You're small, dynamite, move them around, make big plays, and T-Mac is our Moose. That's your 2,000-yard receivers right there that I kind of proposed in the article. So, yeah, that's an interesting point. I'm going to just leave it at that. That's an interesting point that you said that.
It is. And we literally got 89 likes right now. So make sure to smash that like button. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm going to say this real quick, and then we're going to run this predictive. Man, Smitty, sometimes it loses me just how, like, remarkable he was as a player and what he was able to do at his size. Like, Smitty ain't but like 5'9", 5'10", man. You know what I'm saying? And to be an X receiver at 5'9" is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like on an island, getting busy by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like he really was just otherworldly, man. You know what I'm saying?
To me, Smitty top 10 all time.
I agree.
May not have the stats to back, may not have the not social media allure, but kind of the media allure. But when you factor in, this guy got 15,000, 16,000 yards. And at one point, I want to say he was top 10 in receiving.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be now. Somebody might have passed him. But he was top 10 in receiving at one point. He did it. You look at everybody else on that list, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'1". It wasn't no 5'8", 5'9" guys.
Right.
He the only one. So you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. At 5', and 5'9" might be nice. You know they be lying on them.
With Jake. And look, I like
5'7".
Yeah, I love Jake. Don't get me wrong. Jake, one of my favorite Panthers of all time. But, like, compared to the field, like, you did that with, like, Bron's 07 Cavs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we really want to be real about it. All right, let's do this predictive mock, man. So
this is what I was thinking.
Yeah, tell me how this works.
So we can do two things. Okay. Either we can do conferences, because you're going to pick two. We can do, you do AFC, I do NFC, vice versa. Or we can do, you do odd numbers, I do even numbers, vice versa. And all we doing is what you think they'll do. That's it. Like how you call it. So are we going through
all teams, or are we going through just the Panthers?
All teams. All 30, 32 first round pick. We ain't going past that now.
Got you.
We ain't going. I mean, we can maybe do, because who don't have a first round pick?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, we can do like that. We can do like the guys who don't have a first, we can do their seconds.
Okay.
But except for the Falcons, we don't give a damn about them. But then we can do it like that. So 31 picks technically.
Bet. Here we go.
And honestly, so what you want to do? Do you want to do AFC, or do you want to do conferences, or do you want to do even and odds?
Let's do even and odds.
Okay, so which one are you gonna take?
I'll start with odds. I'll go with number one.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, what you think then? I mean, I think we know what they gonna do, but what you think? I don't know.
I mean, this
baby,
pretty cut and dry. I do want to ask you questions though. Suppose that I'll ask you a question. Suppose this was us in this position, with Fernando Mendoza. Would you there's one of my favorite content creators in the Raider space is Samoan Raider, and man, he is in love with this guy. And he's kind of been like this even back when Fernando first started kind of like making noise when they were like 8-0, 9-0, whatever. He's like, man, you know what? He might be the guy, y'all. There are people who believe that this is the next Joe Burrow. Are you buying into that?
Shout out to him, but no. shout out to him. I think Mendoza is your. I don't think he's bad. I think he's your like. He's a first. I guess you could say he's a first round QB, but he's like your. All right, that's a first round guy. It's not like your. Oh, we got to trade up to get this guy. It's not like your consensus. This guy got to go number one. I think it's a lot of circumstances that went in his way for him to be the consensus number one pick. I think my guy going back. Damn, I can't remember nobody's name today. My guy from Oregon going back. I think that helped him. Winning that natty, going on that run with Kirsten Eddy, that helped him. This QB class overall just being terrible, that helped him. I think if you take him back to that Bo Nix and all those type of drafts, he reminds me of a Bo Nix. Like he's okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a good
first round pick.
Yeah,
yeah. This is a first round pick. Maybe not a high first round. I didn't think Bo Nix should have went that high. I thought he was maybe towards the end of the first round. But it ended up working out. Or like a Jackson Dart. They don't play the same, but like a Jackson Dart range last year. Like, okay, end of the first, you go get this guy. But it's just nobody else to take, really. So, but hey, shout out to Mendoza, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, look, 90% of excellence is showing up. You there. You know
Hello. And it worked out for both those teams. Both those comps, it seemed like it's working out. So
I'm going to take them real quick before you go to the Jets. But quick question. Where is he in next year's draft? Like when you got Dante Moore, your guy, where you got Dante, Arch Manning, who just threw 3 or 4 picks in the in their orange and white game. Nico Imaliava. I don't know if he's gonna be like a high pick or whatever, but he might end up being.
That's the thing. Like I've learned now, you can take the year before they're draft eligible with a grain of damn salt. Because you never know it.
You don't know.
Except for Dante Moore. I'm pretty sure Dante Moore will be top 2. Like, I thought if Dante Moore came out this year, he's better than Mendoza to me. Like, I never really understood the argument. Like I said, I think Mendoza's good, but Dante Moore was 20 years old. Dante Moore has about the same, probably a better arm, still a pretty good processor, hasn't played a lot of games. The upside is there. So, but I thought he would have been QB1 if he came out. But whatever, you want to go back. Or, hey, like they say on Twitter, college football, you got to be old now. If you want to win a natty, your team got to be old. So, if you wanted to be Oregon, and go be old. So, as an Oregon fan, appreciate you, my boy. Thank you.
It ain't working for
but
Deion,
I think he'll probably be – exactly, hello. But he'll probably be QB3.
Okay.
We'll see how Arch looks, because Arch did turn it on at the end of last season.
He did.
But – yeah, he'll probably be QB3 behind those two right now if he was in next year's class.
All right. So you the Jets. Who you got, buddy?
So I'm gonna say I think they're going Arvell Reese. I think they're going Arvell Reese. I think they're trying to just get a pass rush back. And I think they're trying to get best player available also. So yeah, I think they're trying to build a team for the quarterback next year. So they're going to go BPA on both sides and try to just get the best guy. So when that quarterback step in next year, you get a CJ Stroud rookie year playoff berth.
Right.
But, yeah, that's just me. So who you got here with the Cardinals? Who you think?
With the Cardinals, Sonny Styles. I'm going to keep it, just this is going to be chalk for me. I think that, that covers a need for you, and he is one of the best players at the top of the draft. So this one's pretty easy. I know people can make an argument for David Bailey. There's people that can make an argument for Jamal McCoy. I think that'd be high at number 3. That'd be very, very rich at number 3 from a corner perspective. But I'm going to go Sonny Styles. So it's on you with Tennessee at number 4.
So interesting that you say this name, because he's part of the reason I wanted to do this. Jamal McCoy, credibly, not the fake Caleb. No, I'm not taking him. I'm not taking him.
Okay.
No, I was saying, not like the Caleb Downs fake knee stuff. The real stuff. They say that he has a bone spur or something like that, messing up his ACL and his knee. And if I'm correct, that's the same thing that happened to Odell in between Cleveland and LA.
Oof.
And basically, they were saying, you got to get that fixed or your ACL is going to tear. Like, I remember Sean McVay did a interview before the playoffs started. He was saying he loved Odell so much because when they signed him, the team doctor said, hey, he don't have an ACL. Like, it's gone. Like, his knee is going to mess up unless he gets this fixed. And Odell was just like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna just play through the pain, and when it happens, it happens. And then it happened in that Super Bowl. And Sean McVay was giving him so much credit. We see Odell ain't been back in the league since.
Yeah.
So what the doctors are saying is he has the same thing, and he's gonna have to get that surgically repaired, and that's probably gonna put him out his whole rookie season.
Yep. Pass.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
For us anyway. Even if he was there at 19, no. Like with the
that's why people are saying he's going to be a second rounder now. That's people saying
I'm snake bit off Brooks, and I love Brooks. Right. I cannot wait to see. I think if Brooks is what he was in college when he finally makes his like official debut and he's like consistent, Carolina's a Super Bowl team. So that's how much I love him.
Me too. Hey, stream for another day. For this one, I'm going Jordan Tyson.
Okay.
It's not the popular pick, but I think all the late hype that we getting on Jordan Tyson now is just teams wanting to see him. It's no way that if Tennessee goes, I'm tripping. We could take that back. Can we go back?
Nope.
Damn. I don't know how. I forgot Jeremiah Love was on the board. Okay, so,
that's what I thought you was gonna pick Jeremiah Love. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
And that's exactly.
I didn't even like see his name there.
That's honestly, as crazy as it sounds, that I would either go Caleb Downs or Jeremiah Love here. But the fact that you did not take him, and I'm John, Harbaugh and company, and he's on the board. A backfield of a healthy Cam Scatterbo whatever you say, and Jeremiah Love is enticing. So hey, book it. All right, Cleveland's on the clock.
If he is there, the Giants taking him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Cleveland. This is where I'll take Carnell Tate.
Okay.
Even though I don't think he should be this high, I do think they will take him this high. I think he's going to be a big body receiver for them to pair with Judy and Isaiah Bond and all those small speed guys. Damn. I guess the freaky guy, I don't know. Do you think he'll beat him out? I don't know, man. I don't know if he – the thing with Deshaun, outside of the off-the-field stuff, and Shedeur, Stefanski ain't had a good quarterback, period. Like, everybody that's been with him has been bad. Mm-hmm. And then you see with Baker, you see with Flacco, as soon as they leave, they get good again. So if I'm under that guys with Deshaun, if he gets back to peak Deshaun before the freaky, that was the top 10 quarterback to me. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, I think Carnell Tate is the pick for the Browns.
I got you. All right. So, it's on me. Washington, this one's an easy one for me. Ruben. Yep, I'm going Ruben Bain Jr. here. Not even,
I like them.
Run the card up to the board. Now, here go the ops.
I like that for them.
Hey, so the ops getting ready to draft. You're going to put them drafting somebody crazy.
God.
Akeem Messidor.
Keldrick Park.
Yeah, Keldrick Park.
I think the Saints will go. No, we took Sonny Styles, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is here?
David Bailey, maybe. Or are you talking about linebacker or?
I was just trying to think in general, but maybe they do go David. Yeah, let's take David Bailey. Well, no. Let's not take David Bailey. Let's go Caleb Downs. They've been losing a lot of corners and a lot of safeties. I think Tyrann Mathieu just retired. So I think they'll plug in Caleb Downs if he gets there.
All right. So for me, this one's pretty easy. Protect your best asset. Francis Mauigoa from Miami. Patrick Mahomes needs protection. It seems like anytime you can protect him, he's got a Lombardi. When you can't, he loses him. So pretty simple.
Facts.
So
I'm not mad at that at all. See, he don't got no tackles out there.
New York.
Dang, our first tackle win at 9. Our first tackle win at 9. That's crazy. Okay, this is my turn. You took Love the first time, right?
Yes.
So let's go to tackle again.
Okay.
Let's see who's there at tackle.
Wait a minute. My bad.
Yeah, you good? Let's see. Fano, Freeling.
Really?
Let's go with Dang.
If your
Nah,
man,
I'm not gonna do that. Let's
if your man don't learn how to run out of bounds, it ain't gonna matter who you put at tackle.
yeah, facts. It really don't matter. Let's click out of this.
Okay.
Let's go with. Dang, this is hard. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go with Mansour Delane.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
BPA. Yeah.
I was trying to think of a hardball pick,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't. They got Andrew Thomas at left tackle, so I don't think they could take a Freeling or a Fano, and I think it might be too early to take Blake Miller. So yeah, I'll go with Mansour Delane because they don't got no corners out there.
And let me ask you a question, because Rob Blake just put this in the chat. What would be your? I mean, I literally like the entire draft up until we get to our pick. I'd have that mustache on my face, and I literally would just be, my mouth would just be dropped wide open. If the Saints took Jacob Rodriguez at 8th overall, like I would be like, what? Like I'm not that I'm thinking that that's because I like the player.
Yeah.
So I mean, it for me it's not it wouldn't be crazy as far as the pick. For most people, it probably would, but it would just be like that's a little FU 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron be shooting a little FU 3s from half court. That's like, hey Panthers, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like it would be a shock to me.
The thing with the Saints, I think they going. Nah, I ain't gonna say that because I don't need no. I don't need no clips of me talking positively about the Saints out there. So I'm just. Yeah, I would just leave it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. So Mansour Delane at 10 to the Giants. I'm gonna leave it alone.
May your tackles get Achilles injuries and your running backs never see the field again.
Facts. Facts.
That's harsh. I'm sorry, but hey.
No.
Right. You know what time it is. All right. So you said who we taking here? Mansour Delane?
Mansour Delane.
All right, it's on me. Miami Dolphins. Right here, I'm replacing somebody that I lost halfway through the season and didn't really, I guess, replace at that point. That would be David Bailey. But then again, I would be very interested in protecting Malik Willis. And I would probably go more from a guard perspective here. So, no, I take that back. Now I'm getting ready. This is going to be my first reach. A quarterback like Malik Willis, his best friend is going to be a dynamic tight end. I'm going with Kenyon Sadiq. So I'm putting your boy on the board here.
I don't think this is a reach. Yeah. I don't think this is a reach. I think if I was the Kansas City Chiefs, I probably would have took Sadiq for them. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't think that's a reach at all.
Kelsey replacement. Hey, look, bro.
Sure.
Yes. But at the same time, because he is dynamic, and so that's going to help your offense. And if anybody will know how to use him, it's Andy. That said, though, man, Kelsey been hooping, bro.
He has.
Like to be.
So here's my thought process. The Chiefs find offensive linemen late, and they'll never pick this high. Well, let me not say never. They won't pick this high again with Patrick Mahomes. Period. Like it won't happen again.
Yeah.
So if you're picking this high, I think you want to take a swing. Because what they got Josh Simmons at 32 last year? Or 31? And
31, 32, something like that, yeah.
So that would be my only, but I'm not mad at Maui Noah at all. Because you're right. That's a right tackle. You got Josh Simmons at left. Right tackle, you got your interior fortified. I think that's a good pick to me. Yeah, I probably would have went with just to take that swing. But I ain't mad at that at all. So 12 with the Cowboys.
I see what's about to happen here. I already see it coming. Pause.
Unfortunate. Damn, I hate this for us. Yeah, it's gonna be Dylan.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Damn, I was trying to find any other way. I'm like,
scratch one off the board.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, knock it off. Oh man.
All right, LA at pick 13. This is where this is interesting. Because Devontae this is where you can. Yep, Devontae's last year. Who knows what I don't know what condition Puka's going to be in coming out of rehab and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, Puka might just be one of them guys like Montana and the guys from San Francisco that'll smoke some Newports and go out there and put up, 400. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Drink some Thunderbird and go out there and get 6 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say they're going to be all right as far as Puka is concerned. But, yes, like you said, there is that whole thing about, Devontae. And I think I like a dynamic playmaker, somebody, right from your backyard. I'm gonna go Makai Lemon here.
I've seen it was one of the PFF guys. They've been taking Makai Lemon there all year, and I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect fit. That's exactly what they like to do for sure. Ravens. The Ravens would kill me if I don't take a receiver. So let's look at the receivers. Let's see who left. Damn, is this early? Nah. Nah, I'm gonna go Omar Cooper.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Omar Cooper.
I don't think that's too early for him. I think Omar Cooper does some really, really good things, man. And that his awareness, the one thing that Trey Valuations that pointed out about XL, about getting your feet in bounds, I don't know that you'll ever see a play better than that last play against Penn State.
Yeah.
He got his feet down in the end zone on that. I mean, I think that got both them boys drafted, like in the first round.
Sure.
Him and Fernando, both of them. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not mad at. I think that's the thing about the Ravens. Their staff has never been a staff before, so it's hard to guess what they like to do. But I think they're not going to keep neglecting that offensive side of the ball. So who you got here for the what's these boys called? The Bucks.
Yeah. I'm gonna get them niggas Malachi Lawrence, bro.
I like it.
I bet you do. But I'm going auto. Hey, look, I'm going way down the board. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't want to get the ops, man. But nah, real talk. I think right here you could see. This is where I could probably see Monroe Freeling. Just the they need guard play. They got to protect Lil Baker. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna be. Look, Mike K said it. With the if old boy is healthy throughout the season, Jalen Phillips. Man, Nick Scorton gonna put up basketball numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like Nick Scorton gonna be hooping next year, boy. So
here's my pushback. Because I know they're gonna kill me if I don't say it.
Okay.
Them boys ain't had a pass rusher in a long time.
Oh, okay.
A long time. And David Bailey is there. I'm gonna just say the chat killing us already. And I'm gonna let him know.
I ain't even looking at
that. If he don't go with David Bailey, I'm going with David Bailey at this next pick. So I'm gonna just say that before they start killing you. I'm gonna say that.
Well, bet they gonna kill me then, because Monroe Freeling it is. I'm not bringing nobody that's gonna bring any harm to Nine. We gonna give Nine the best possible scenario for him in our predictive mock. That is not. Look, these predictions, like some of them, especially when we come to the teams that we don't like, it's like, man, we just don't know whatever.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
for sure. All right, so even though I think Freeland is a good pick, so your Jets, David Bailey.
Gotcha.
Well, hold on. Who did I take for them the first time?
The Jets. The first time you took Arvell Reese.
You can't go David Bailey. Let's scroll down. Who they got?
So is Arvell Reese an edge?
Yeah, I think if you're taking him at 2, you're putting him at edge. Like, I don't think he's a good enough linebacker, nor do I think you're taking a linebacker at 2. Not in today's NFL, unless you got Luke Kuechly coming out. But yeah, right. So he's gonna be edge. So I wouldn't take David Bailey. Let's see what. Damn, am I gonna cook us? I ain't gonna. Nah, I don't think they like him. Who's at corner? Who's that corner on this board?
Your boy Jamad. We just talked about at length. Avion Terrell, Brandon Cease, D'Angelo Pons. Of course, that's probably gonna be like second round, whatever. But Avion,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would say Jamad Avion.
I don't think the Jets. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Jets are looking to be like good this year. So I'm not mad if they take Jamar McCoy here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let y'all know. If Jamar McCoy would have got to the Chiefs at whatever pick they was, and I was the Chiefs, I was picking him because I think they could wait a year. But I think the Jets can too. So yeah, I'll take Jamar McCoy here.
So, do you think? I know you mentioned all the stuff about the knee, the ACL situation, or whatever like that. Do you think he has a Will Johnson reemergence? Because that was the same thing with him.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. As long as because that's the thing about catching it before it's an issue. I think it's easier to heal. I think it's easier to keep your athleticism because that's the thing with Brooks tearing it twice. The more you tear it, I think the harder it is to get back, and the longer the recovery is. Like I think a usual ACL is 7 to 9 months. You see, Patrick Mahomes gonna play this year, and he tore his ACL like towards the end of the season. He's gonna play like in week 3 or 4. But then you see Brooks tore his ACL like week 10, and he was out the entire year.
Yeah.
So it takes longer when you do it a second time. So catching it before it happens, I think that helps.
Yep. All right. Lions on the clock. I could see them when you look at the injuries that what's her name has had over the years. David Bailey's not going to continue to keep falling down the board. I know they have other needs.
Yeah,
they
facts.
probably need a linebacker, they need a defensive line, but there's no. I mean, in a real predictive mock, like this, is where we kind of have got a little bit out of our way, a little bit, just messing around. But David Bailey, I'm taking right here because there's just no way he's going to be right here at this point on the board.
And if he is right here, I think the Lions take him because they need somebody next to Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah,
I like that. I like that pick.
All right. So now we're kind of getting back in the swing of things. So now you got the Vikings on the clock. They're the projected guy for them in all the mocks that I've seen has been Dylan Thieneman, and he's gone. So is this a Emmanuel Warren location, or what would you go here?
I would go. Yeah, I'd probably go EMW. I think if Thieneman's gone, it's gonna be McNeil Warren. So yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Would I do it? No, but I think that's what'll happen. All right.
And then there was us, the Carolina Panthers. Let's do this one together. So I'll go mine, you go yours, and then we can rock, paper, scissors if we're not on the same page. So I'm not even going to tell you who I'm picking. I just want you to tell me who you would pick, and then I'll go with who I would pick.
If we're sticking at 19, I'll probably go KC.
Okay.
Probably go KC if we're sticking at 19.
J to the every.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you really need me to tell you what I would do? You kind of knew what you would
already. Yes, sir. No, I'm gonna go with your. Yeah, I'm gonna go with your pick though. I'm gonna go with KC because I do think.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, based on. Because from a predictive perspective, if we're just going off information that's being fed, I mean, it does kind of look like that they would potentially lean in that direction. If he's there, I think he's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? But it appears to me that he probably would be in that.
So this is also an interesting report. I'm still sticking with the KC, but they a report, take it with a grain of salt because I don't think he's from Charlotte or from Carolinas anyway. But they did say that they had a source inside the building who said they are high. They said if it's Thieneman or Sadiq there, they taking them. And if wide receiver is in play, they've done a lot of work on wide receiver, but they specifically said, but they wouldn't reach on KC or Denzel Boston. So I was like, okay, that's interesting that they're talking about reaching for KC, so maybe they don't do it at 19, but also they mentioned Denzel Boston, who they did bring in for a 30 visit. Right. So that's interesting.
I'll tell you something else too. Way back in 1966, pickup sticks. If anybody y'all know Waterboy. Anyway, way back we drafted Bryce Young maybe 2 weeks before the draft. Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, a couple other people started following Bryce. Bryce was following the Panthers. Bryce was following a few other people. Well, my boy Brad sent me a post today where Jacob Rodriguez following the Panthers, following Devin Lloyd, following Jalen Phillips. I'm like, it's very interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, Casey Concepcion it is. All right, Dallas Cowboys, you on the clock still.
Shout out to Shaky 8 in the chat. I don't know what Thomas Davis' timeline was when he tore his ACL. That means I was too young to pay attention to that. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, nah.
Shaky said no mustache. Nah. That's for tomorrow, man. I'm too tired for that tonight, bro. I can't do it tonight. But I'm gonna tell you, it was one of the most fun things that I've ever done, man. And again, this is also why I took the approach that I did to say some things that I did because there were some people that had some things to say about that. They didn't say it to me, but it was just kind of floating out there. And I just thought that was interesting because I'm just like, I'm just one of those people who don't take himself that serious. So like, I'm certainly not going to say take what you say serious, but I just don't. I've never been a fan of elitism. I don't like people who have these, elite attitudes, like Jacob Rodriguez, And I'm like, nah, man, go on somewhere. But anyway, it's on you.
I would not be a fan of this if I'm the Cowboys, but I do think they go straight defense. And they're trying to, because you got Pickens, you got CD, you got the tight end. I can't think of his name. Dak, decent O line. I could see O line here. Actually, yeah, we're going Vega Owane from Penn State, the guard. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going him. He's falling too far.
Yeah.
I was gonna say C.J. Allen.
I was thinking that too.
Close.
I was also thinking of
Very
Keem
close.
Messidor.
Well, who did I take for them?
You took Dylan Thieneman. Yeah.
I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad at Messidor at all. But yeah. I do think, because the thing about Dallas O-line, I think they need a guard, if I'm remembering correctly. And Vega Ioane honestly should not still be here. So if he is here, I think they do that.
It'd
for
be
sure.
a shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. So we got the Steelers right here. Now, I'll tell you, I don't think they're going to do this, but this is where I'm going to do my first big, splash prediction, because they're going to have to figure this out at some point. And I don't think that when people on TV that are connected come out and keep saying the same things over and over again, that it's just much ado about nothing. So this is going to be where I think that there's going to be a big splash, and I think Ty Simpson's going to be taken by the Steelers here. And the reason is because you have to have a succession plan. Will Howard is not your succession plan for Aaron Rodgers. And you've got to have, even if it's a miss, if it's a swing and a miss, you bring him in and you see things that you're just like automatically like, oh, nope, that ain't going to work. You got a draft stock full of quarterbacks next year, and you can do it again. People do it all the time, right? So, but I will say that I think that this is where they could do something a little bit different. Mike Tomlin's no longer there. You got an offensive guy, McCarthy, in the building now, who probably is going to want to, train up his own guy. So if Dan Orlovsky gets his way, and what I'm saying, like this is, and a few other people I've been seeing this as well, I'm going to go ahead and do Ty Simpson here. I think it'll be the shakeup of the draft and the thing that makes the people the most excited. So there it is. Ty Simpson at 21.
I'm not mad at that at all, because I ain't going to lie. With KC gone, that would have been my only other pick for them. So I'm not mad at Ty Simpson there. Chargers, let's look at the tackles. Actually, no, we don't even got to do all that. Yeah, let's look at the tackles. Okay. Before I take this dude, I do want to see who there.
You want interiors or just the tackle?
Nah, we good. Oh, damn. Max is still here. Okay, so I'm going Caleb Proctor here.
Caden Proctor? Okay.
I think,
yeah,
I think they'll move him into guard, because you don't have a guard, and I don't think it's actually, no, I'm lying. Let's go to interior.
Okay.
I don't know how I forgot about my guy. We're going Pregnon. Pregnon in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like that. That makes a lot of sense.
Second best guard in this class. He's not Iwane, but he's a really good guard. So that now you got, if he could stay healthy, not if he could stay healthy, Rashawn Slater, somebody, Pregnon, and then Alt. You can figure out the other two spots later. We can figure that out later.
You'd have goodness gracious. I mean, you talking about, so man, their two tackles could not be more different from each other. Rashawn Slater came in with short arms, and Joe Alt is a man child. They could not be more different.
They just need to stay on the field. Well, at least Rashawn Slater do. He just need to stay on the field. That's the only thing. That's why I was going to take Proctor at first. Because I'm like, you can play him at guard, and then if Slater goes down, bump him out. But then I thought about, Pregnon there, you might as well just take Pregnon. He could just be your guard. So, yeah.
Agreed. All right. So, wait a minute. Give me 1 second.
You good, brother? Let's see what the chat talking about.
Yeah. All right. Chat. So chat was excited. Rob Blake was excited about the Ty Simpson. Let's see.
Yeah, he was.
Panthro said, I trade up ahead of Vikings to add Dylan Thieneman to our safety room. Steve-O said he works at orthopedic surgeons in Charlotte, NFL. players who have ACL tears and repairs almost always have to have a re-tear to fix it correctly. So if Steve O is right, then that means that I'm super excited about Jonathan Brooks and what that means for him.
Yeah,
so,
facts.
Yeah. All right. So moving right along, the Eagles. Considering the report that just came out that it is, highly likely that they will be moving off of AJ and going to moving him to New England. I don't know what that'll look like as far as their compensation, but my guess is that just be it won't be a release, but it'll just be a trade of some sort.
Trade,
get something back, but we don't have that information now. So this is where I'm gonna go with Denzel Boston. You kind of get
I like that
big body player. So take one out, put one in, and you get a 5th-year option. So there you go.
And I seen reports they was trying to trade. I know we ain't doing trades because it's too much, but it was reports they was trying to trade up to get in Jordan Tyson range, but that's too high to go up to the top 10. But yeah, so I like Boston there. That's what I would have did too. Browns, I took a receiver. We're going Spencer Fano.
Okay.
Protect whoever that quarterback is going to be. This perfect for them. Perfect for them.
Your man. All right, Chicago Bears. So this this might be a bit of a reach considering how high he would be, but let me see. Actually, give me a second.
Yeah.
I feel like I like Caden Proctor here. I feel like you got or even Blake Miller, but I don't know. Would you let me ask you this. Who's the better zone scheme player? Would it be Max or Caden?
It's funny. I was waiting on you to say something because I was gonna say I'm taking Max over both. But Max is definitely a better zone player than Caden is. I think Max is. Let me see. Let me look at my board. Let me look at my fake board. Okay, so I thought so. Max is my OT3.
Okay.
So he would be actually Miller is above him though, but Max has a higher ceiling to me, and they both got the same grade. So I would go with Max here.
Okay.
That's just me.
Looking. All right, man. Here go the Bills. What the Bills gonna do considering the reports?
Sorry, buddy.
They gonna do it.
What is it? Brandon Bean, is that the GM? Pull out the mustache, man. They're going to
do it.
Unfortunately. I've been calling it since February or whatever that was. It's happening for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, man, you really
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt because they gonna have to nail this draft. Like, pause.
For sure.
I will say this: over the last couple of years, we have gotten a good run of linebackers. Like, I'd say really one of the linebackers that I really like didn't turn out to be what I thought he would, and that's Chad Muma, right? Out of Wyoming. But
I remember
Peyton Wilson, good play, solid player. Jack Campbell, solid player. Carson Schweschinger, solid player. So the draft has produced a good number of players for us that have played high-level linebacker play. The only thing I will say, though, that separates Jacob from the rest of them, 7 forced fumbles and 9 for his career. Like, none of those guys are doing that. None of them. And it's not just that he's doing it from the perspective of, like, just being in the right place, the right type of hit. It's intentional. Like, it's the peanut.
Intentional. Yep.
Yeah, it's intentional. So
he works on it.
100%. Yes. So, yeah, there you go. Carolina North. At least he
unfortunate.
Yeah. Yep. All right, it's on you.
No, it's you. It's you.
It's me. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you odds.
Odds. Yeah. Right here. Now I can make an argument based on injury for C.J. Allen right here. I really could. With Fred in rotation, but I do think that it's important to. I mean, because I could also make the Akeem Mesidor.
That would be the argument I'd make.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Akeem right here.
But the thing about, I would go here. It's your pick, so you can do what you want.
Yeah,
it's just like, damn, they just took an edge in the first.
They sure did.
So are they already giving up on? Because they took him early too. What they took?
Yeah, it was like
took him at 12 or something.
12 or 13. Yeah,
12 or 13. So, if Akeem Mesidor is there for me, I'm taking him. But it's like, damn, they gave up on Mikhail early. But yeah, Texans Proctor.
Yeah,
I think. Or actually, let me see I'm going Blake Miller. Is
Okay.
Blake Miller still here?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, Blake Miller's higher on my board. I think they need tackles. They need somebody that can block. I'll
Okay.
take Blake Miller.
For me right here, I'm going Avion Terrell. Best corner on the board left. It makes the most sense. You lost, one of your big corners to the Los Angeles Rams. You need to be able to replace that. So, yeah, Avion Terrell right here.
And they both play the same position. They both in the nickel.
Yeah.
The dude they trade to the Rams and him. Dolphins, this is where I go Proctor.
Okay.
I do think he's coming off the board in one of these picks. So, yeah, they need offensive line.
I feel like Proctor's
Wait, who did you take the first pick? Because didn't you have their first?
Who? Kenyon Sadiq. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'm cool with Proctor. I didn't want to take 2 tackles and kill us.
Yeah. Real quick, with Caden Proctor, it feels to me like he's either going to be. I think with him, it's either like hit or miss. I don't think there's going to be an in between because he is. Man, when I saw him in his pro day smacking those pads, dog, I'm like, my God, like he's just a freak. But you just wonder, similar to Deontay Brown that we had all those years ago, what I'm saying, from the weight perspective, that concerns me. Also, what was the guy that we didn't take the other tackle from Alabama? We took Icky with Evan
Neal.
Neal. Yeah.
That's who he reminds me a lot of.
Yeah. And that was a complete flame out. You know what I'm saying? Early on, anyway. So, but you know what? Hey, congratulations, son.
The thing with him is he played at 370, which is crazy, and he dropped to 355 at the combine. So if he keeps dropping, it's like, okay, because the thing with him is his feet are slow. Like, they're not fast enough to mirror speed guys off the edge. So if he keeps dropping, he gets in the 330, 320 range. Maybe not 320. That might be too extreme. But 330, maybe his feet are a little bit faster to keep up with guys outside. But then if it don't get any faster, I think you got a great guard right there. So, and Miami had maybe the worst player in the NFL with that guard that they got, Jonas Savanaia or whatever he is. I remember watching him against Derrick Brown, and I'm like, God damn, he make Derrick Brown look like Chris Johnson in the pass rush. And I think he had like a 12 PFF grade. Like he was easily one of the worst players in the league. So if Proctor don't work at tackle, bump him inside, take Jonas' spot.
And I know that's what make people sick. So this has always been my argument about Bryce and for Bryce. In addition to me thinking that Bryce is going to be, I saw somebody predict Bryce's stat line next year: 30 touchdowns, 9 picks.
I did see that.
Yeah, and I think that would be a Pro Bowl season for Bryce Young in the NFC
for sure.
And it would probably lead to like at least a 12, possibly 13 win season for us.
I was gonna say 12 wins. Swear.
Yeah. So that would be incredible. And I think that would, inevitably Bryce is going to end up being one of the highest paid quarterbacks in football in the history because of where he falls at the time. He gonna get that, get a really big bag. I mean, I think Bryce would still play, even obviously get the 5th-year option, and then you also could still do the tag. But I don't think they're gonna wait on it. I think with Brant Tillis, they'll try to figure if he's still, because I think Brant, if we have another successful season, and we make the playoffs,
they pay him.
They paying him, and Brant might get hurt. Yeah, so Brant might not even be the guy that does it. You know what I'm saying, or comes up with the numbers. So I was hoping that it was something. And look, I'm not ruling it out. I don't know about you. I know they're signing the option. Would you rule out the possibility that they may try to negotiate something that's more favorable for the team and do it this year? Like this offseason after the draft?
I thought so, but no. Because from what I've heard and what I've seen, they haven't even started talking to his agent about that. Like they haven't even started talking about his agent about the 5th year. Like, they're going to accept it, but they were like, we're not even accepting it until after the draft when he's in the building. And they haven't even started extension talks yet. So I think if they would have, they would have started by now. Because you see, Will Anderson just got his. So those talks been started. So I do think, though, another made playoff season, regardless of what y'all think, even if he just duplicates this season or maybe just marginally improves, he goes to, I don't know, what do you have, 21 touchdowns, something like that? If he goes to 25 passing, 24 passing, 8 picks, we make the playoffs again, maybe get 10, 11 wins, he's getting paid. If we make the playoffs back-to-back years, he's getting paid. Yeah. Why? Because they're going to see the marginal improvement and hopefully expect, all right, we can win with this guy, but once he makes a jump, in that 5th year, because I talked about this when he was coming out in his rookie season. The older you get as a quarterback, the better you're going to be because you're going to see more defenses.
Yes.
And you're going to get more answers. It's not a new thing that I came up with. Every quarterback knows that. That's why these old guys like Joe Flacco come in, haven't ever been that good, and then they come in 40-something years old and ball out because they've seen all this stuff before. It's just, is their body going to fail them? So I think if we make the playoffs again, they going to get ahead of it. Hey, we paying him. And they probably going to try to get it in the $40 million, $45 million range. Because like you said, if he gets a Pro Bowl season, he gets us 12, 13, 14 wins, something like that, you're going to have to give him a close to $50 million or more bag.
You really are. Yeah.
You got to get got to get it to him early. But I think if we make the playoffs, they're getting it to him. So what you doing here with New England?
New England. I'm gonna go. Man, this one's a little tough for me too. But I'm gonna go. I think Caden McDonald's a guy that I just don't see making it out of the first round. He could be at the top of the second round, but I think you just double down on what you're already successful at. Now you can make an argument for CJ Allen right here as well. You also can make an argument that, hey, if we're gonna have these conversations about quarterbacks and their first years and being a flame out, after what I saw in the Super Bowl, I mean, you can make an argument about your tackle here because the kid they took from LSU, he was a turnstile out there, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But if they were to address that, I think it would be, also, I mean, Peter Woods too, man. I think people are a lot lower on Peter Woods than they should be.
I'm not the biggest fan, but I do have him over Caden McDonald, me personally.
Yeah, I think I would probably go Peter Woods right here. I'm gonna go Peter Woods. Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, there we go. So last
for
one's on
me,
you, man.
This is pretty easy. Hot take. I'm gonna go with Malachi Lawrence.
Oh,
I think this is it was between him and Cassius Howell. You lost Boye Mafe, and I don't think DeMarcus Lawrence retired. I know he was like in between, but if he's already in between, that means he's retiring soon, even if he come back. This is your DeMarcus Lawrence replacement. Like we talk about with linebackers that play linebacker, take those guys. A lot of stuff is made about length, arm length, this, that. This is the guy where length is on the tape. Like a lot of guys just have long arms, He uses his length and wins with his length. And also, he's a freak athlete, like one of the highest 10-yard splits in the draft. So I think he reminds me a lot of DeMarcus Lawrence. I can see that a little bit, but I think he's a little more agile and less powerful. He reminds me of what's Josh Hines Allen from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, yeah.
I can see that a lot. So yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is, man. We did it.
Yes, sir.
Malachi Lawrence it is, and we did our predictive mock. Let's see if they grade.
And we'll see how many of these we get right. We'll see.
I'm gonna download.
We will.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, just to see if we get 5, 6 right. That's good to me.
I'll tell you what, for my members, if we get, I mean, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If we get and this will be a members only thing. If we get at least 4 of these selections right, and I'm gonna be going back and making sure that we do, I will personally, if you email me at the onecarolinashow@gmail.com, or you can put it in the chat if you feel comfortable doing that. If we get at least 4 of these right tomorrow, one of the giveaways that I'm going to do, because I'm doing there'll be some giveaways tomorrow as well. One of the giveaways will be a $20 cash app from me if we get any of these right. Yeah.
Look at that, y'all.
I'll buy somebody lunch. So
thank you, y'all.
If you're not a member of the show, $1.99 per month for membership. Man, you can sign up, or if y'all want to give away a membership, whatever you want to do. But I'll shoot out a cash app, if we get at least 4 of these right. So I got it downloaded. It'll be printed, sitting beside me so I can kind of look at it as we're going along. And if you're in the chat tomorrow, you can just remind me. And we'll go from there. Hey, man, we did it. I appreciate you, so much, man. I ain't gonna lie, this was fun, bro. This was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So,
and it's probably one of our shorter shows, too.
It really has. I'm like, man, I'm looking. It's like 2 hours and 39 minutes. Now, are you coming through Friday? Because only reason I'm gonna go live on Friday is if you coming through. If you pulling up, then I'm gonna throw it back on. And then it probably won't be tomorrow. Will be where I do the kind of open forum. Like I said, it's gonna be the link in the chat. You can tap in and just kind of come on live with everybody. But if you come on Friday, then it's probably just gonna be me, you, and maybe like one or two other people.
Yeah, I'm coming Friday, but I mean, I'm down to leave it open too. Let the people, touch the people. Yeah, I don't mind. I like talking, so we can get a lot of people in here. I'm with that. I'm with that. So yeah, we can do both of those. I mean, you can do the same thing you doing Thursday on Friday. I'm with that.
Yeah, me too. So, all right. So yeah, count it a thing, man. Hey, look, J-Rod gang. Speaking it into existence, man.
J-Rod gang, man. J-Rod gang. Have your mustaches ready on Thursday.
Yes, sir. I will be ready, locked in. So,
for sure.
All right. But anyway, man, it's been another episode of the One Carolina live show with my man, the Real Ball Watcher, smartest mind in this space. Man, where can they follow you, brother?
X or Twitter. I go by Twitter. We black. THARBW, the Real Ball Watcher. Go follow me there. I do other teams' takes, draft takes, all that stuff that I don't make full videos on there. I do have a Patreon, The Real Ball Watcher, or www.patreon.com/The Real Ball Watcher. I'm probably, just to let y'all know, probably going to consolidate because a lot of people want me to move it to YouTube. So I'm probably going to take all the content over there, move it to YouTube, and if somebody already had Patreon, I'll just give them a free month or two on YouTube to move over. So I'll let y'all know soon. But yeah, you can go to the Patreon, see all my draft videos up there, The Real Ball Watcher at Patreon. And then on YouTube, The Real Ball Watcher. So yeah, all my socials pretty the same. It's right there actually. You ain't got to look far. Y'all know how to spell it. So man. Appreciate you though, man.
Yes, sir. It's always, look, somebody said it in the chat, man. Great podcast. We a great tag team, man. We do this, pretty often. Friend of the show
Hardy
has
boys.
been, basically honorary member of the One Carolina show, man. Like, man, we run it up every time. Like,
yeah, for
sure. Every single time, man. So, I appreciate you very much, man. I'm looking forward. Hey, draft tomorrow, man. I will be going live again tomorrow. Probably starting around like 7:45 ish or something like that. I'll turn it on live, and man, we just gonna chill, and I'm gonna have I'll probably be sitting on my couch. It ain't gonna be nothing. It'll be informal.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy. We're just gonna be yelling at each other and having a good time, man. So
yes, sir. And I'll see y'all on Friday when we do part 2.
We'll be part 2 on Friday. Yes, indeed, man. It's been another episode of the One Carolina Show. I appreciate y'all. Keep pounding.